Is anyone else really hot? Flipping struggling there. I can't put a fan on because the mic will pick it up. But my God, what a week. What about the temperature being up 30 degrees? What's that all about? Anyway, evening, everybody. Evening, Rebecca and everyone. Oh, and I've got to click buttons somewhere. Hold on. I've got a few intros to put forward. One of them's got Victor Meldrew in it. Remember him? I need to think which one it is. But yeah, welcome on in, everyone. And today, it's all about Nazi UFOs. So let's do this.
It says UAP navigating through clouds. They called it a disk. I'm not even calling it a disk, but what you're seeing is first shape. I have never seen in all UFO history, when it comes out of military, an actual circular form. It was amazing to me. The second is the movement. When you see it make an abrupt turn from your left to your right when you're watching it. And the third thing that really was astonishing to me, this is in thermal. There is no heat signature of traditional propulsion. It is a perfect looking disk. Maybe it's an orb. I don't know, but I do know this. Our Air Force passively captured it. Then they said that this is a UAP. It is still designated a UAP. So when George and I obtain and release these, it's so the public can see. We're hoping to do a little bit of the job that we're not seeing with folks from Arrow.
When this happened, I had a phone call from a man called Nazi Nick, a German. You can all Google him, yeah?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Alien Addict. This is the show where we discuss all things UFOs and aliens, to the paranormal, wait for it, and our pursuits into the mysteries of the unexplained. Hope you're all doing well. My God, is it hot? It's been amazing this week, and I have to admit, my garden has shown its glory. Check this out. This is my first sunflowers that have actually popped out. And yes, they can bear the temperature, but it's like that sticky humidity, and my runner beans are really struggling. But yeah, check this out. Isn't it nice? Every time I see a sunflower, it just reminds me of summer, like the lead up to summer. In fact, wait a minute. It's tomorrow, isn't it? I just realized the date. We're the 20th today, 21st of June is the summer solstice. It is indeed. Oh my God, wow. Yeah, so yeah, it always just reminds me of summer. But I hope it's been pretty decent weather where you are. Look at bloody British people talking about weather again. That's all we've been talking about. But it's so nice to see. It really is, really is. Oh yeah, this is Roxy. My missus actually took a really decent photograph of her. She might be out there at the moment. I just put some... I buy cheap dog food and cheap... The cheapest I can get, because the fox will eat practically anything. I'll put like a whole chicken carcass out there and it'd be like, bang, gone. So yeah, this is a she, and yeah, I call her Roxy, and she's nice. She actually comes like quite close to you. Actually, I might have showed you a video at some point. And I tell you what, yeah, I'm going to talk about gardening just for slightly. This might be the year of the tomatoes. I got these like patio tomatoes here, and just going absolutely bananas. Look up how much fruitage. Okay, myth: is it a fruit or a veg? Or is it fake and gay, as we like to say? I'll get to chat in a minute. Look, do you know what? Love this black petunia. It's stunning. You don't really find that in gardens. Because my missus is goth, I thought let's go for a bit of a goth theme and gone for the black petunias. And yeah, we'll get to this in a minute. But let's get to chat. Let's make them a bit bigger. I hope you're all doing well, everybody. And I hope you're having a good week. Is it a fruit? I guess there is like sweetness into it, I guess. John as well. John is saying... a fruit as well. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. So yes, it's oh, no triffids, Nick. No, what's triffids? Is that a mushroom? Fruit. Okay, everyone says it's a fruit. Fair enough. Okay, that myth busted on that one. Let's go through chat. She pop up. How's it going, Rebecca? Nice to see you. John Strokes. Rotary Matrix. I keep calling you Remotion, mate. I got cross between there. Rotary Matrix. How's it going, Saggy Paw? Nice to see you. Hey, Bob Lazar. Welcome on in, brother. Spirited Kenny. Nice to see you. And Science Evidence Fringe. Welcome on in. And Moody Mongrel. I think that's everybody. Am I all catched up? Yes, fantastic. So yeah, this week's... Oh, and Green Tea. Nice to see you, Green Tea. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all doing well. So just before we get into German flying saucers, the anti-gravity side of flying saucers, I have skipped one topic, which I kind of needed to lead up to, the anti-gravity flying saucers, which is all about Haunebu and Vril for today. I'm going to roll through some publications I've got and show you where the stories really came from. But what I should have done first is talked about Vril, Vril, the life force, like the key energy and stuff like that, because that topic expands through pretty much, like, I'm not joking, over 100 years. This is how far back we're going. And I should have kind of done a sort of a history lesson onto that leading up to the German flying saucers. But I think we could do another episode on it. We're pretty sure we could do another episode. So, yeah, well, first things first, okay. If you've been following my Cosmic Twilight... Oh, hold on. Let's get to Rebecca's comment. It's a film planet landed from outer space. Oh, is that a comment you've been... putting someone's comment? Okay, that's fine. No worries. Yeah, so this week has been interesting because if you've been following my Cosmic Twilight channel, you've been finding out I've been uploading quite a number of videos analyzing the skies. Hey, Chillster, how's it going, man? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. And yeah, thanks for coming in on Thursday's show. We'll talk about Thursday's show on Hidden because that was absolutely awesome. So yeah, this has been playing up recently on Twitter, okay? Just to show you, yes, well, I'll get to that. Yeah, took the words right in my mouth, man. But yeah, basically this week I've been doing a proper trail analysis. I'm just going to talk just quickly about it. A lot of people I've noticed, as soon as they see a blanket of cloud, which was like today, for instance, completely blanketed out. It was like a white haze, but the mainstream media, well, the weatherman said it would be completely blue sky. So a lot of people, for instance, like this guy here, I think this person might be a bot. I'm not sure it might be a real person because it's just a lot of fear mongering. And he's talking about, basically, this is all about this morning, okay? Because this week has been absolutely fantastic. 25 degrees. It reached 30 degrees the other day and today as well. Well, talking about today, this what happened this morning. It was predicted to be clear blue sky, which it was yesterday. And we had this completely whited out. So once again, concerned citizen on Twitter said, please explain to me why the skies are still shaded pure of white, almost like the sun once again has been dimmed out. But okay, well, look, put it this way, this is my photograph I took this morning because I was doing a trail analysis video myself. But then as soon as it hit 10 o'clock, it went clear. And for the whole day of today, it literally went clear. So I don't really understand why people have to post stuff saying that the sun has been dimmed. But if you just give it a bit of time, and I've noticed like all the time that in the morning you might get cloud like this, and it clears up. And if you go to my Cosmic Twilight channel, you can see I've released about 3 videos. I've got another 2 videos to upload to sort of give it like a bit of a catch up. And you can see how weather changes. And do not believe anything this person says on here. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about, okay? So just don't believe everything's been manipulated on purpose, because today, once again, was absolutely fantastic. It got really hot. You know, it gets a bit uncomfortable for me. I did boot camp yesterday, and I was fucking sweating my bollocks off like the first 10 minutes. It was awful. It's like that sticky heat. I don't know if anyone in America in chat, in Bristol where we live, we get like really sticky humidity. And this is why I'm wearing a vest at the moment. I'm sweating at the moment. It's so terrible. But yeah, this was taken probably about 10 minutes ago. Look, the rays sort of popping up there. I thought it'd be quite nice. Yeah. Just one other thing. There's a geoengineering protest happening tomorrow in London in Hyde Park at 2 p.m. If you want to go check that out, that'll be a barrel of laughs as well. I do you know what, I bloody hope they spray really hard over London at that protest. I'm sorry to say it. You can just see the protesters losing their shit. It'll be quite funny. But like I said, I'm not denying chemtrails. They're a real thing, but not every single trail we see in the sky is weather manipulation or chemtrail. If you want to join that tomorrow, I've got other plans. I'm going camping tomorrow. Yes, in Wales. So today is all about, I tell you what, let's bring up a proper photograph, because the main topic for today is quite intriguing. And a lot of people in the oh my God, Nate, talking about chemtrails already, in the UFO community don't really know about. I'm going to be honest with you. It gets alluded to like now and then. Or I'll tell you what, not that photograph. Let's bring up a proper one. What should we do? Let's bring up this one. Okay. I'm going to do that. To that, with that, and that. And we should show that. Right. For those who are listening on Spotify, get your asses to YouTube, okay? I know Lee's doing me a favor, but you really need to see what we're going to be talking about today, because it's a lot of pictures. Guys, we're going to go through pretty much every single Nazi UFO photograph or the Haunebu and Vril today. We're just going to go through everything. And this is going to be the best quality that I'm going to put forward. There's going to be a lot of grainy quality photographs, okay? This is the topic for today. It's all about Haunebu and Vril Nazi flying saucers that were developed in early 40s to 1945. I'm going to get into this today. Obviously, I was talking about Vril. We're going to skip over Vril. So you just probably do that in the next episode at some point. So let's start off from this book. Let's go back again. This book is extremely important because a lot of people don't know where these stories come from. So let's go back from the beginning. Time machine. Before I do that, I'm going to open up. I've got a wicked dry mouth. Yes, I thought. Yeah, by the way, I know I had audio issues last week, but I mentioned that I can't 420 on my desk anymore. All to do with the missus. It's fine. I respect her wishes. So if I play a video, I might skip out for like 20 seconds. So anyway, but it shows actually, just a quick shout out. If anyone was there on Thursday, actually yesterday on Hidden Underbelly Show, we had a guest called Anders from Uncanny Expedition YouTube channel. And he pretty much goes into like the boundaries of Area 51 and actually films like a lot of these classified locations. And we interviewed him yesterday. It was a banger of a show. And he's pretty much, he's out there when it's in terms of actually sky watching, especially on these like classified locations. And he caught something really interesting, like this test aircraft that he caught in night vision. He's legit, honestly. I mean, we've spoken to him yesterday for about 2.5 hours. And I said, look, I'm planning to come into America next year. And I am planning to go to Contact in the Desert. Yes, with all the wackadoos, you know, just a bit of fun because I've never been to America before. So I'm looking to do that next year. And he says, well, if you come into America and Contact in the Desert, we meet up because he basically lives in his caravan and he says, "Look, I'll come and collect you, and we could go to Tikaboo Peak and do basically a landscape view of Area 51." I thought, "Fuck me, like yes, please." How can you not turn that down? That'll be amazing. So that is a plan for next year. Fingers crossed if things go well. It'll be fine. Yeah, I just got to save up for it. So that is going to be one incredible adventure and a tick off the bucket list, so to speak. So anyway, let's go back to this. I'm just going to have my raspberry and rose crafted soda. I know, a posh bastard. Yeah, it was fizzy and I burped really hard. That's why I hit mute. So yes, where it all started. Oh my God, sorry. So yes, Nazi flying saucers, the anti-gravity side, the Haunebu and Vril, the Maria Orsic, the Vril Society, the expansion of the Vril Society all starts from this. I got to put me up bigger because it's quite important. Right? This is called the Vril Project. And this was written in the early 90s. Okay, this is where it all started. Because I should have mentioned, first of all, no mention of Vril and Haunebu anti-gravity flying saucers from World War II until 1992. All right. I cannot find no mention of anti-gravity related stuff except for Victor Schauberger. Hey, Hidden. You said the N-word. Yeah, the Nordics. Yeah, good show yesterday, man. Yeah, it was absolutely a banger. Absolutely a banger. But the anti-gravity side, I can't find any publications on it. I mentioned about Victor Schauberger, but it was mostly about the turbine-driven aircraft created by the 4 scientists. Remember, I talked about on I think it was part 2 or part 1 of the Nazi flying saucers. These were called flying discs. So I cannot see any reference to Haunebu and Vril flying saucers until this publication came out. So this is called the Vril Project. This was written in Vienna through, it seemed to be a underground society called the Tempelhof Gesellschaft. One thing I should mention, when I say the word Gesellschaft, that means society or organization in German. So the technical term would be Tempelhof Society. This was more or less a society based in like I said, in Vienna, in Austria. And there were a couple of members of this so-called society. Whether or not it actually exists or not, apparently it did. But I can't find any publications whether or not it actually existed, except from this publication right here. We'll get to that in a minute. 2 Austrians who wrote this publication, and these are the birth people for what we know today as the anti-gravity side of the Nazi flying saucer program. And these 2 Austrians were called Norbert Jürgen Rathofer and Ralph Ettel. I cannot find absolutely no photographs of them. I can't get in contact with them at all, because this is where these stories really came from, guys, with these 2 Austrians that published these 2 books. Yes, there were 2 books. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Don't drink anything fizzy before the show. So yes, there's 2 books right here that details the flying saucer program in World War II, but it blends a lot of esoteric side, a lot of the Maria Orsic story. In fact, Maria Orsic, I can't find any publication of her at all, and that would be probably the next episode talking about Maria Orsic, because man, people get bonus for her. Woo, my God! It's like, calm down, guys. It's like it's just like get a fan to your crutch or something like that. It's just like, honestly, it's like, spoiler alert, she don't exist. But anyway, back to this. This publication, like I said, came out in 1992, and it details everything that we know today. 2 Austrians created this book, and they also created 2 documentaries that we're going to be watching, just a few clips from it a little bit later. And yeah, this is what I think I've got everything in order. Okay. Oh. By the way, I will get to chat. When I do these presentations, it's a lot of switching in between. So I will get to chat, guys. I definitely will get to the chat. So this book, The Vril Project, right? I've been hunting down for a long period of time. I am not joking. It took me about 12 years. I think when I started seeing the missus, I think I was looking for it. And no, a lot. It's over 10 years. Okay. And then one day, I basically, when I'm on eBay, I save everything in correlation. So all I've got to do is click on it, and it basically comes up with anything new. And then I put this in, the Vril project, and lo and behold, it pops up. And I didn't even look at the price. I just went buy immediately, and eventually, it came through. So I've been hunting for this for a very long period of time, and this is the original copy right here. I can bring up, someone else has got a copy right there. See, and in here is one of the books that shows all the photographs. So I'm just going to show you right here the authors. So Das Vril Project, the Vril Project, Norbert Jorgen Rathofer and Ralph Ettel, 1992. And this is where all the anti-gravity stories come from. In fact, I've got, also took pictures, so we don't have to worry about that. So yeah, that took me a long period of time. Also, they've got another book here that's details the photographs, which I'm going to show you in a minute. All right, so let's get into the photographs so far. Let's get a bit bigger. So in this book, I have a very serious problem. I cannot find any original photographs. This was one part of my research that I really wanted to do, is to find where does these photographs come from? Can I get hold of them? Are they in color? And does it actually have any validity? I mean, especially this one here. We're going to get to the photographs, like literally everything in a minute, but you can see what I'm really dealing with here. If this was in color, maybe it would prove it's a load of bullshit. This could have been made out of, I don't know, 4x2s or something like that. Someone went and bloody B&Q and created something like that. It's kind of hard to tell. It really, really is. You could say they went through, I mean, especially this photograph here, what we got is the flying saucer on top. This is zoom in a little bit. And we'll get into the proper photograph in a minute. But every single photograph of a flying saucer is like this. It's grainy and it's crap. And it's like, you got to think to yourself, is that done on purpose? Is that done to make it... If it was completely in color, photographed in color, it probably looked fake as fuck, most likely. But what we have here is a flying saucer on top of like a tripod. You've got a car at the back and you've got a person standing in the background there. Again, it's not that great. Let's just skip forward again. Like this would be perfect if this was in a full colored photograph. People down at the bottom here, obviously the flying saucer on top of the tripod. Hence we got the oh my god, what's that called? I forgot what it's called now. That symbol there. It's not the Zig rune. Oh god, the German Knight's Cross. That's it. That's that symbol there. And you will find these a lot underneath these flying saucers as we get to the photographs. If you want to find a full translation of this book, of this book right here, the Das Vril Project, the full English translation is available for you on the Cosmic Twilight channel. That's my own channel here. You can find, and it's all in order for you. If you go to the playlist, it's all 7 parts for you, and it's in AI as well, AI generated voice. That's reading out the text here, and it's all translated into English. So yeah, this is what I'm really dealing with here. These sketches are very dubious, to say the least. Here are some more photographs. I've got a better photograph of that I'm going to show you in a minute. So yeah, this is what I'm really dealing with here, guys. Crappy, grainy photographs. Let's bring up my notes. Okay. Yeah, so the main part of this book was a lot of esoteric lore, especially about the Vril and Maria also. That's where basically everyone knows about these days, about German Nazi flying saucers. There's one aspect to say that whether or not this book was created a bit like a Kanye West sort of situation, where they're sort of glorifying the Nazis or the mythology, because look, there's no denying that the Germans did, in fact, and this is what really pisses me off when it comes to like mainstream media historians, is that the fact they would ignore the fact that esoteric symbolisms and philosophy were really brought into the Nazi philosophy, into their mythos, basically. If you look back through like the Hindu religion, that's basically a lot of the Nazi philosophy has been adopted from that. So you can see there's a lot of esoteric symbolisms being put in. For instance, Helena Blavatsky as well. So I need to get into the next episode. I should have really done it on this one, but I'm going to sort of skip over. But this is what this book really talks about, and it blends that into the flying saucers. All right. I'm just going to go through my notes here just quickly. Let's put another photograph on there. Okay. Yes. Yes. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Yeah, I do use AI to give me information, but to be honest with you, I know everything up here, and I've got everything that's already been read. So I'm reading what AI is just to see if there's anything new. And this obviously Chat GPT, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a lot of debunks. And look, there's a lot of rational thoughts. And there's one word I can't flip and stand, is when they say far right circles. It's like, well, hold on a minute, like, you don't really know that. I mean, occult societies and circles for sure. But yeah, I find a lot of information on ChatGPT pretty bloody pointless. I'm going to be honest with you. It will always give you the skeptic side. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I think that's it. Let's roll on to the photographs, because this is like the main thing today, and just try and spot any similarities to any previous UFO sightings we've seen in the last 90 years. All right. I think we're kind of dealing with a Billy Myers situation. Now, I'm going to give my final conclusion after the show is finished. Well, obviously, still during the show, dumbass. But again, from my perspective of this, guys, look, researching into this topic for over 10 years. I'm not claiming to be an expert in anything. I've just done my research, and I'm just literally present it to you, and then it's up to you whether or not you think it's real or fake. I was on the whim years ago that the fact that, yes, the Germans did build anti-gravity flying saucers and they went to the moon and Mars. I am not joking. This is how like crazy things were, back in like 2007 and 8. I would just believe anything that was on the internet, anything on YouTube, because especially YouTube was a much freer place. So I went from going in smack bang, right, anti-gravity flying saucers has been achieved in the early 40s thanks to Nazi Germany. And then I thought, well, is there any like legitimate evidence to prove whether or not it's actually real or not? Because we've seen photographs like this. Oh, typical photograph you see. Flying saucer parked on a runway with a car. And you look at that, you go flipping. Like me 15 years ago, but like, yes, 100% real. But then you start to realize this could be a Billy Myers situation. I just have to have a 50-50 approach with this. And this is why I really appreciate our guest on Hidden Underbelly show yesterday, is that he said, look, I have to go on a 50-50 approach. And so I'm talking about Anders here, the guest that we had on. And this is the way I treat my research. I have to go 50-50 here. Look, if the Germans did manage to build anti-gravity flying saucers during World War II, they would have used it. And I'm pretty sure we'll all be speaking German by now. Do you know what I mean? Hey, don't worry, man. Don't worry. I just get to chat. Let's get to chat. Oh. Yeah, do you know what? Chillster, I was wondering about that, because I thought that was probably a crane or some sort. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you could be right on that one, actually. Yeah, it could be on the flatbed. Perhaps, maybe, just on speculation here, that this was a small model that was created, a fake model, and they used this as the basis of all the flying saucers in the air, because a lot of it, these anti-gravity flying saucers, are actually taken from the you see these things flying up. You don't see it on the ground as such, really. So, but yeah, you make a good point there, Chillster, 100% for sure. Hey man, don't worry, man, it's all good. We're all busy, we've got stuff going on, man. But best come 420 with us. Yes, here's a typical example. So this is the clearest I'm going to give you today. Honestly, I do my best, guys, and I have such internet as well. Yeah, the card does look fake, I have to admit. So we're going to run through this. Look for pieces of string. This photograph here, which is, oh no, we'll get to this in a minute. This is a small shot from the full photograph I'm going to show you. And what I'm struggling at the moment is that there seems to be a light source here, but the guy is completely dark. But you can see the alloy rims of the car wheels. So, it so is a tricky one. Well, I tell you what, we'll skip this for the moment because I need to show you the full photograph of this. All right. This is obviously fake. This is, you will get this a lot on the internet. A lot of fake photographs onto this. And you got to think about this, guys, is look, if this was real, all these photographs, I mean, for instance, if this was real, everything that was seen here, this would be the best photographs of flying saucers that's ever been taken in ufology. And no sodding person's talking about it, except for me. Yeah, stuff like this. It's like, oh, give me the flipping real photograph, for Christ's sake. I'm trying my best here, guys. Do you know what? I think my main mission to really get to the focus of this topic is to actually contact the best I can. I've got, with the internet and the tools at hand, I cannot see why not to contact these two authors. They must be still alive. They have to be. They have to be. Because I just want some final conclusion. Again, we're dealing with this crappy grainy photographs. This could be made out of plywood. Look, what's that naughty little symbol up there? And the like cross. So, oh man, I don't know. Oh, I tell you what, this is someone called Theo on Twitter. I can't remember what his surname is. And he did a lot of research into German flying saucers back in the early 90s, where it all started to come out. And he has this documentary right here, which I think I've got on my Cosmic Twilight channel, which we're going to be running through in a minute. Here's some more publications that I need to get as well. I've actually got that book, which is, I've got the first edition. I can't use that because it's got a swastika on it. But yeah, that is the first edition, and that one is the second one. What else we got here? Sorry, I just went through publications right here. Get rid of that. Hold on a minute. There we go. Right, Haunebu's. Ever heard of Haunebu? Apparently, is named off a Thor society. Remember Thor? There was a word, another word for Haunebu, and apparently it was taken from the North god of mischief. That would be Loki. I'm talking crap right here. Forget about it. We'll talk about it when we talk about Vril, for Christ's sake. Did you reverse? Yes, I did. In fact, Bob, a lot of photographs that I've seen today, I have literally every single one I've got in my archive. I've done in reverse image search. And I have to admit, it's pretty bloody good. And I tried to find the bestest quality out there on the internet. And there's one photograph you will not find. And I think I've only got the only photograph of it. And it's quite a compelling one. Not toot my own horn here, but I've been searching for it. And I found it years ago. And I think the website probably be gone now. But yes, I have done everything to get the best quality. So what we're dealing with here, this is the Haunebu 1. Obviously, there were 3 models that were built. And what you need to pay attention is there's a gun turret underneath this, a Panther tank turret. Some say it's a freaking laser beam. I'm not too sure on that. It looks like a Panther turret, in my opinion. These Haunebu flying saucers were around about 200 meters wide. And these were basically cargo
ships, aircrafts, not ships, basically aircrafts. And these were put massive crew members and for like long distance travel, basically. And the Vril flying saucers were the intercept fighters, all right? But nevertheless, these had gun turrets underneath it. Again, what we're dealing with here is another Billy Meyer situation here. It's so tricky because with Billy Meyer, guys, I do believe other people, for instance, like, what's his bloody name? Gulf 3 Sightings, what's his name? Ed Walters kind of did the double exposure thing, but Billy Meyer would blend fake models in with the real landscape background. It's actually quite clever for a one-armed guy, you know. But again, is it too good to be true? Is it super good to be true? Yes, this. Remember the guy I showed you touching the top of the flying saucer? This is the photograph right here. And obviously, see where my cursor is. That's where the person is. You cannot find. Hey, DJ B2, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. It's been a long time, but I hope you're doing well. And hope you're staying cool. Are you in America? Because in England, it's like been 30 degrees and it's like still 25 degrees at the moment. I'm like sweating at the moment. It's bloody terrible. But yeah, I hope you're doing well, man. It's been a while. And yeah, welcome into the show. Check out some Nazi flying saucers. And let's see if they're actually real or not. I doubt very much. But anyway, thanks for being there, man. So yeah, this is what we're dealing with here. Tripod, flying saucer. God knows what that is at the top here. But we have the car in the background plus the background landscape. All right. So if we judge by the background landscape, maybe we can judge how big this craft might be. It could be real, could be fake. Who knows, man? Oh, Hampshire. Oh, right. Okay. So you've been blessed with the 30-degree weather we've been having the past couple of days. It's been nice, though, isn't it? It's been absolutely awesome. Yeah. Okay. We're going to move on to. We've got plenty more photographs to go through, but you will going to get stuff like this. It's grainy. It's shite. In fact, when we roll through some of the documentaries, and I can actually do a bit of 420 in, you can see the perspective of this. Yeah, again, this came out in the late 90s on the internet. Yeah, 29 degrees. Yeah, it says on the computer. What does mine say? Yeah, mine says 26. I'm not used to it, man. Look, bloody, I complained so much yesterday in the boot camp. It's like, it's too hot. It's too hot. It's like, yeah, we know, Nick, it's hot. I was like, yeah, but I'm sweating like mad. It's like fucking torture. Yes, Haunebu. Here we have the Panther tank turret underneath. I'm just going to skip ahead. That has to be the worst photograph I've ever put on here. I do apologize. Yes, this is Billy Meyer. There's what's the guy's name? His name's Raudoff or something like that. He did a lecture back in the 90s and he showed a lot of Billy Meyer time travel photographs, you know, with the Nordic or Palladian aliens that were actually singers from a TV show. And he'd been showing this, okay. These are your typical George Adamski brim of the hat. In fact, when you really look at it, guys, this is your typical George Adamski photograph, isn't it? When you look at it, style flying saucer, I should say, which is like the brim of the hat, basically. If anyone's familiar with George Adamski, go check it out because it's pretty much the same craft. And this is what we're having here. And people say, well, Billy Meyer took this photograph back in the 80s. He didn't. He took it back in the 90s. And this is where the Haunebu and Vril flying saucers really came into fruition at that time. So he probably saw it and just grifted on it. Do you know what I mean? So it's a trick one. This is obviously the Haunebu Panther tank turret underneath. This is the second model that was built. They built like 5 models apparently. Could be, mate. Yeah. Yeah. It's finding the logistics of these photographs here. There's another one. You got to think, Chilster, books were pretty much what we would consider as the internet back in the day. And in one way, you are right. it's a bunch of trust me bros, isn't it? Even back in books, unless you got whether or not these photographs are actually real or not, this is the other thing. I'm going to be honest, I think a vast majority of what we're seeing is most probably can be faked. If they had this technology back in World War II in Germany, they would have used it, and secondly, there'll be mass sightings of these things. They literally done anything to try and win the war. Okay, the tactics sort of they lost their way, near the end of the war, which were trying to invade Russia, which is probably the wrong thing to do if you want to keep the war effort going in Europe. But at the same time, this would have been spotted. These anti-gravity flying saucers would have been spotted everywhere, and they would have used it if they had the technology back in 1941. And we had another 4 years until 1945 to the end of the war. And that 4 years time period, they didn't use any of these anti-gravity flying saucers. And people say, well, the Antarctic story, I think that's a load of bollocks as well, in my opinion, which that's for another episode. So yeah, it's a tricky one, man. But yeah, books is once again, trust me, bros. I'll tell you what, this one is. Oh no. So I pulled up a lot of photographs from the internet, but I put some of them from books. This one here, this photograph you're seeing, came out in 1996, I think. And this book, a very controversial book called, I forgot because it's in German, isn't it? Secret societies and their mystical powers of the 20th century, something like that. Is by, oh my god, it's all in German. Jan van Helsing. He's a very controversial person. He's a German author. But I'm going to show you this photograph, and he's adopted a lot of the anti-gravity flying saucer mythos into his book here, which came out in 1995. So that would have been 3 years after these stories came out. All right. I'm going to show you in this book, and this is his original book here. I think it's actually banned in Germany. Okay. Oh, I'll tell you what. Perfect. Right. That is your typical. I'm going to burp again. Hold on. Pardon me. Yeah, that's your George Adamski flying saucer. It looks pretty much like the Haunebu, which is basically that right there. All right. So what I mean, it's the same sort of concept. And to say that they couldn't really make this up based upon George Adamski's flying saucer. There we go. Look, Haunebu. It looks the same to me. So they could have got that idea from George Adamski. That photograph there, hold on. It's here somewhere. So you can see that there've been books years after sort of popularizing the mythos that they built these anti-gravity flying saucers, but at the same time changing a lot of lore. And this is what you get, especially with the internet these days. Where's that photograph? Hold on, isn't it somewhere? Trying to prove a point. Ah, there it is. Look, there we go. Look, same thing. Let's bring up the thing. Up and down. Yeah, see? Look. Focus. There we go. See? Exactly the same. That's where it came from. It's weird when you go through the internet and you find stuff like that. You're like, oh, actually, no, I've got that in my book right here. Again, crappy, grainy photographs. It's kind of hard to tell, isn't it? Let's zoom in. Look, nothing like what we saw. The other flying saucers. This is apparently what it looks like inside. Hey, Scottish Alan 420. Hey, man, I'll catch up with the 420 in a minute, man, and I will catch up with chat. Okay, let's just run through this photographs, and then we can play some documentaries. I can sit and chat and relax with you guys. All right. This is apparently what it looks like inside one of these Haunebu flying saucers. All right. To be honest with you, it looks like inside a reactor, maybe. Hard to tell. God, do you know what? I reverse searched this as well, and I couldn't find anything related to anything. Guys in chat, does this rings a bell to anyone? because I'm really not too sure, man. I'm really not too sure. Again, we have the Knight's Cross underneath with the three-pronged legs underneath it. Boring, crappy photograph. Again, here's another fake as gay as fuck photograph right here. Another one. See, a lot of these flying saucers are all in the air. They're all flying. And that can go. Yeah, go figure. Go figure, guys. That's totally real. Absolutely, totally real. Concept photos. Yes. A good point there, Science Evidence Fringe. Okay, this is taken from the documentary called 2 seconds. What's it called? So 2 documentaries were written by these 2 Austrians that created the book, The Vril Project, at the same time the book came out in 1992. The first one was called UFOs, UFOs, The Third Reich Strikes Back, which we're going to be playing in a minute. And this is where these photographs came from, and that came out in 1992. They had another spin-off that, which is a English version called UFO Secrets of World War II German Flying Saucers. And you had another documentary that was created by the 2 Austrian authors as well, called UFO Secrets of the Third Reich, created in 1994. So they had a lot of footing in the mythos, so to speak. All right. Yeah, Haunebu. The thing is, a lot of these photographs, you will see a lot of trees and leaves. It gives a bit of context to what we're actually seeing. So, oh, I can see this is just above the tree line, or this is above a bush somewhere. You know what I mean? Yeah, go figure. Yeah, I find it really frustrating. I really do. Just the photographs are so grainy and crap. Yes, that. That's a good one, if it's real. You see the background shot here. It looks like it's on a runway somehow. But you just don't find photographs like this. Do you know what I mean? You just do not find photographs anywhere in ufology that looks like this. That's why I'm showing it to you now. I think this was taken in the 70s. Might be wrong on that one. Okay, I'm just going to skip ahead here. It's nearly coming to an hour, flipping out. Right, yeah. Some more Haunebu flying saucers right here. Can you hear that? A fox. I think my cat and a fox are having a go at each other. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's a part of me that really wants to believe, but when I spent so many years really looking into this, guys, you go, there's a good possibility this could be fake and gay, most likely. Like I said, you just got asked the simple questions. It's like, well, okay, well, first of all, where are the documents to prove this actually exists? We can run through the blueprints in a minute just to show you. Where's the original photographs? Again, we've got, a bit of leaves and the flying saucer. It's such a Billy Meyer style. I'm really struggling here to sort of find if there's any legitimacy to this topic at all. I don't know, man. Let's just run through it just quickly, guys. We have the Knight's Cross. So that there, the lightning strike, that's called a Sigrun. And in Germany, that is a Sigrun that stands for victory, which is obviously like the lightning cross right here. And this is apparently underneath one of these flying saucers. This is the Vril craft. You can see there's a guy in the top here. Again, trees, bits of twigs of like leaves and branches and stuff like that. Yeah. It's convincing though. Look, I have to admit it's pretty convincing. That's not. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, the bloody badger's huge round there. When it came walking past our patio, because I leave the food out for the foxes and the hedgehogs. I haven't seen the hedgehogs in a while. We used to have 2 of them. Used to be big bastards as well. I do apologize for the lack of quality of these photographs. Okay, back to that one again. More grainy. Okay, let's get through. Okay, right. That's it. Yes, they're slug eaters. There's one thing I don't put down, and that's slug pellets. Because slug pellets, apparently it's poison. Even if it's organic, I still don't. I just pick up the slugs, put them in a container with salt on it, and I just do it like that. And then I had like 50 slugs that were eating my runner beans, and I had it all in a tub, and I was gagging because all the 50 snails are congealed in all like the salt and everything, and I knocked it over, and I was like, burp, burp, and I left it there. I'm not touching that. But yeah, I try not to use like pesticides and stuff like that. Oh my god, not again. So guys, this is it. This is the flying saucer aspect. Let's bring up the Haunebu one more time. Oh my god, Nick. Such an amateur, honestly. 2 seconds. Yeah. So guys, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Because what I've shown you today is practically every single photograph from the archive on the Nazi flying saucers. What do you think? Because I tried to show you, yes, I guarantee there was a lot of crap photographs on there. There was a lot of crap photographs. And this is what I'm dealing with here. And should I trust the internet like Chillster says? Trust me, bros. Should we trust that? And unfortunately, now in day and age, if you've been ufology long enough, trust me, bros, it's not credible. It's not. It really ain't. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this, guys. Okay. And next episode, probably not next week, probably like next month, I'll do a lead up to Maria Orsic, the Vril Society. That leads into the Haunebu flying saucers and what the whole philosophy behind it. Because I can be here for hours, guys. I need to sort of really break up in sections. And yeah, I tell you what, I'm really sick and tired of. I'm sorry, I sound like political, but my browser page, it's MSN, and it's just like World War III, World War III, World War III, World War III, World War III. It's like, okay, fear, panic. It's like, okay, yeah, I get the hint. Yeah, I'm not paying attention. It's really pissed me off recently. So yeah, what do you guys think on Vril? Well, all the photographs I've shown you today. You have a very overgrown garden, B2. Do you know what? I could say just put a little weed killer down, but no, don't do that. Mate, all you need to do, get yourself a battery-powered hedge cutter, right? And get one with a motor on it, not electric one, because electric one's for pussies. Get a petrol one, and I tell you what, just fucking cut everything down. Somebody says to me, no, you don't cut the grass in May because it's no mow May, and I was like, who the fuck said that? Well, because you can't cut the grass because you want to pollination for the bees. I'm like, just look around you. There's pollination flipping everywhere. It's like it's like weeds grow everywhere. There's pollen everywhere. I really don't get it. These people. These eco warriors. So yeah. Oh, yeah, let's go through chat. Hey, Moody. I think Vril hard to decide, but I'm tripping. I'm tipping forward fake and gay. Yeah, mate. This is it. A lot of subjects I've been looking into for the past. Look, 2 subjects I've been looking into. Well, actually 3 when you look at Nazi flying saucers, chemtrails, and 9/11. And I've 360 flipped on a lot of those 3 subjects, okay? Haunebu, I don't really believe anymore. If you ask the real hard questions and say, look, it doesn't have any logical base to anything, especially how these were created. Get that to the next episode. Chemtrails. Yes, chemtrails are real, but what we're seeing in the sky, vast majority of the time, like these small, bloody, pesky trails, are not really doing anything. They just disappear, and I got plenty of proof of that. So, again, I'm at 50-50 on that sort of stuff. And 9/11, I thought was controlled demolition, and now I've gone 360 flipped into, for a long period of time now, since 2010, which would be the Dr. Judy Wood's hypothesis of the direct energy weapon. So I've flipped a lot on a lot of subjects over the years. Bear in mind, I have become more skeptical, more critical on any subjects, any information I come across. You just have to be. You have to be, guys. And it's because I do fact checking. Is that the idea? Look, buying publications. It's been a bit bigger. Look, buying publications, you know, stuff like books like this, and really trying to piece the timeline together, you start to understand that a vast majority of information could be dubious. And I'm not going to be one of those that just blatantly accepts anything that's put forward because somebody says so or just done a video on it. Do you know there's a guy called Jon Stewart who does the Alien interview? And he was on Rich Giordano's show, I think a few weeks ago. Look, I don't believe in the Alien interview at all, one bit. I think it's 100% fake and gay. But I really appreciated John's attitude towards the topic. He says, look, prove me wrong. You know, I want to be wrong. You know, he says he's happy to accept that the fact that, you know, I'm going to get things wrong. And then I'm always happy to learn from mistakes. And he just had that sort of approach. And I was like, do you know, I quite like that approach. You know, it says he can accept his fate, that the fact that he could be wrong, and he'd be happy to. You know, I'm always get things wrong, you know, stuff about chemtrails as well. You know, again, I'm not denying it, but I'm showing the other side that the chemtrail community don't talk about. But again, it's down to the individual, that how they take the information. And I think, trust me, bros, at the moment, it just gets a bit boring now. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's one part I want to talk about. I don't want to go a bit political and stuff like that, but it's as our community. Now I'm at that stage. Let's get Haunebu off the stage now. We'll get to. Obviously, I've got a chat to go at the moment. Like our community, I'm at that stage now where I was in the alternative movement. You know, the truth movement. I fucking hate that term, truth movement. Hey, Mus Mayhem, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Welcome on in, brother. So yeah, when I look at our community and we're pushing so-called truth, and a lot of what I'm seeing, I'm going, is this truth though? How do you know that we haven't been infiltrated? And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm at this stage now where you got the alternative movement, the truth movement, the conspiracy theory movement, which I was a part of, and now I'm completely separate now. I distance myself from that. I just do me. And I don't want to sound like butthurt, but I fell out with someone last year that we were friends. She's probably listening to this now, but you know, we were good friends. We did a podcast together, and we met up in conferences as well. And yeah, welcome on there, man. Hope you're having a good day, brother. Hope you're having a good day. I'm going to 420 again, and I've avoided 420 too hard. I can't even speak right. But anyway, back to this person I fell out with, and where I am at the moment in terms of distancing myself, is that she always says to me in conferences, Nick, pick your tribe. We're your tribe right here. And we're talking about obviously being in a conference room with the other people, the like-minded people, which it's not a bad thing. It's always a good thing. I'm actually taking my missus to see one, actually go to a conference in July. But then I really looked at it, I'm going, yeah, but this fear-based, it seems to be like a lot of fear-based stuff when it comes to like the alternative movement, and even with like the UFO community as well. And the last 3 months, I've really distanced myself away from it. I still dab in a little bit, but at the same time, it's like, are these people my tribe? Are they? I don't know, man. Not political, but personal. Yes, thank you. Can't even think of the word. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, very personal. Mate, I talk about personal stuff. I will do it at some point, you know, because you're going to see the true, real me. You know, you can see the true, honest me, and not these fake people that you see on YouTube. I'm not going to talk about these fake people, but you know who they are. You know. So I just don't know, man, because you follow these people and you go, are these people telling the truth? And this person that I fell out with was, I don't want to be rude, but it was like over the top conspiracy theorist where there was no rational thought. Everything, for instance, there'll be a load of trails out in the sky, or not going out because that's toxic poison. It's like, look, come on, like, can't act like that. You know, it's everything. It kind of works as like a victim, like playing victim, aren't they? Really. And I found myself doing that as well. And now I've taken a step back and going, well, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to do me. I'm going to take in the information, but whether I'm like more critical and skeptical, which I think is a more based and a more mature way of handling information. Does that make sense, guys? And like I said, you know, I want to bring forth Alien Addict to information that is more based and more realistic approach, instead of just saying just regurgitate what somebody just said on the internet. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather have honesty, and I think you guys would appreciate that if you saw honesty. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, got a bit personal there, didn't I? Woo, bloody hell, go 420 in a second. DJ, on the pushing of truth, you need to be more careful for sure, Nick. Yes. I tell you what, there was a clip I'm going to bring up with Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp. I know you guys hate him, but George Knapp put a very good point out. I'm going to bring the video up in a bit. That was quite interesting. That the fact that our community, well, not really, but the truth community, the alternative movement has been infiltrated, absolutely 100% for sure. And I can prove that if I'm working on a video, and that's to do with the chemtrail community and how batshit crazy it is now. And I think it's done on purpose, because now the mainstream media are putting out about chemtrails and stuff like that. It's like, why are they doing that? Why are they pushing this? Because the government announced a £50 million program, and the people have gone absolutely berserk about it, is that community. And you just see them going in an absolute complete mayhem ruckus. I mean, hence we've got bloody protests happening tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? And that has been 100% infiltrated, where people just do not know what they're actually looking at. And it's the same for the UFO community. I'll go on deep dives today, man. Already got an hour. All right, that's cool. Flying solo, yeah. Unfortunately, mate. You know, I don't mind that. Look, I'm a very reserved person. I don't have a lot of friends, which is fine. You know, I'm fine with that. And you guys could be. It's not like I hate people. Okay, in some cases I do, because you really get to see the ugly side of people, which I have witnessed, especially during COVID. But look, it's not all bad. Okay, it's not all bad. I will move on to other stuff, but I'm just going to show you something, right? This is my boot camp people. These are vaccinated, what we consider normie people. I see these every Monday and Thursday, and we have such a blast. And I tell you what, we have 2 parties, one in the summer and one in Christmas time. And this was last week on Saturday. This was taken like 12 o'clock at night, and I was fucking hammered. I was so pissed. But again, don't distance yourself from like normies, because like I said, these are like vaccinated people, but I never bring up conspiracy theories to these people. Do you know what? Being a conspiracy theorist, you have to bring up conspiracy theories to other people, but sometimes you say it in a way that puts them off. I've been in that situation before. It's like, look, you don't have to talk about conspiracy theories. You know, is the moon landing fake? You know, is space fake and gay? Stuff like that. You can talk about other stuff. I never talk about conspiracy theories to these guys. And they know I'm a conspiracy theorist. They know I do this. They call me the sci-fi kid, which is totally fine. You know, we have a joke and a laugh. And this is what we did on last Saturday. So yeah, it's good fun, guys. And just don't distance yourself from other people. You know what I mean? You can stick to your tribe if you want to, but for me, you know, I just do me. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, sorry, I went real personal there, didn't I? It's been one hell of a year so far, guys. One hell of a year. Many people can't think for themselves and believe anything they're fed. Yeah, this is a really good quote I've got to bring up when I bring up Twitter. And do you know, it's so weird. It's like my whole consciousness, the way I approached information is just flipped in the last 3 months. It's weird. It's like, even when I look at like chemtrails now, like, again, not denying chemtrails, but I sound like a skeptic in my videos, but I'm adding a realistic approach. And this is what I find with any sort of topics I'm really looking into at the moment, you know? I respect that more, Nick. Good for you. Oh, I appreciate it, Bob. Yeah, thank you, man. I do appreciate it. It's a tricky one being alone. I'm not alone. I've got you guys here with me. You guys know me. I've got hidden. I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? You know, you're my friends here. And obviously my boot camp people. A very select... I can probably count the amount of friends I actually have on probably this hand right here. And this is obviously including Ollie as well, because Ollie rang me up. In fact, no, Sunday. So that'll be on Monday, upload on the Daily Conspiracy podcast. I will be joining Lee. I think Ollie's not going to be there, so it's going to be me and Lee on Sunday, which would be yeah. So he'll be uploading it on Monday on a Daily Conspiracy podcast. So yeah, go check that out. I thought I was going to say now. Oh my god, yeah. There's one YouTuber. I'm not going to name him because I have met him in conferences before. His name's Ben, and he calls us people that believe that Lou Elizondo is a disinfo agent, and we believe that the whole thing is more or less a psyop, a distraction. He calls us backslappers. Well, that's fine, Ben, but I'll call you a sexless basement dweller. I've called it to him in his face before, so it's fine. But yeah, people say, oh, you should get him on the show. Oh, DJ, you might know him. You might know him, Ben. I love Ben. I've seen him before. You know, we joke, you know, because he calls me a backslapper. And we were at a restaurant at one time. We were talking about our approaches to ufology, and yeah, Ben goes, I think probably a bit of a backslapper. I says, well, I think you're a bit of a basement dweller, isn't it? You know, it was good fun, good fun. I like Ben, I really do. In fact, I could get Ben on actually. Yeah, just don't call my community backslappers because you probably get them a lot of shit. But no, I've met. When did the last time I saw Ben? When I saw David Icke, October. Ben the Jar Porter. Yeah, I said his name. There you go. But yeah, great guy. I will consider him as the OG YouTuber, conspiracy YouTuber. Goes all the way back to 2008. So yeah, go check him out. You seem honest in my eyes, Nick. Oh, thank you. My blue eyes. I tell you what, I'm not joking. I went to a client's place on past couple of Saturdays, and she goes to me. It was so weird. She goes, "Oh my god, Nick! I just realized you got the most bluest eyes I've ever seen on a man." And I was like, "Right, okay, you coming on to me?" Rebecca, is when a woman says that, because I don't know when women are actually, you know, flirting with me. Hence is why we're the missus. She says, when I flirted with you, you had no idea you were flirting. I was actually flirting with you. Is that a common thing? I don't know. I suppose the way she said it, I don't know. But I do get a lot of compliments for my blue eyes, I have to admit. Aryan eyes. Oh, don't go there, Nick. Can't see Nick. Don't worry, be happy they hate it. Let the chemtrails and get you done. Get you Dune. Is that misspelled? But yeah, to be honest with you, I probably meant down. Yeah, I had to heavily edited my chemtrail video last one because I did a lot of bitching on that one. So I do go on rambles and tangents. I just find it frustrating when people just don't add common sense, Chillster. Do you know what I mean? You know, and when I apply common sense, they just ignore it. I mean, here's a typical example, Chillster. I'm not joking. When I was on the chemtrail Facebook page years ago, I had a book here from 1963, and it shows these trails in the sky, like load of trails. I said, look, guys, this is from 1963. Got a load of trails in the sky. What, you know, is this? What do you think? Is this chemtrails or what? And I showed the description of these trails in the book. It says it's condensation trails. I said, well, look, guys, it says condensation trails, but we think it's chemtrails. And even though I showed the book with the photograph, with the date, they still didn't believe it. It's like showing you a cloud that people say that is unusual. And I'll pick up a book from, for instance, like 1942 and be like, well, let's find out about this cloud. And like, oh, here's the cloud right here. We can see it's the same cloud from 1942 as we are in 2025. Here's the book. They'd be like, no, that book's fake. No. I didn't see that when I was a kid. It's like, this is how people are retarded. Like, it really is an echo chamber. And I just keep finding it with a lot of that community. Do you know what I mean? Even like if someone researched German flying saucers and we had a conversation, who's going to win in that conversation? Someone who's just done internet research is only going to get through so far, isn't it? But for me, I've got publications and at least dates and a whole timeline, especially publications to actually show you. You know, it'd be different for someone who's done internet research. Do you know what I mean? You know, not claiming to be an expert in anything, to be honest, especially on Nazi flying saucers. Blonde hair lady. And this woman was Scottish, I believe. But yeah, the Vril Society. It's the Maria Orsic story. Man, people get bonus for her. People get such bonus. I'm just going to go right down the bottom chat. So I'm going to miss a lot of chat, guys. 2 seconds. Chemtrail community is overlapping with flat. Yes, good bloody point. Science evidence fringe. It's like the common sense, and the reality it's just not there. Look, if you want to prove to me that the Earth is flat, give me a flipping photograph. Don't go, well, where I'm standing, I can see Liverpool from where I'm at, you know, and that's a lot shorter. It's like, okay, look, the model that we're seeing of the planet Earth, which is a globe, might not be correct. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to be 100% accurate. Yeah, we've got satellites can track everything, but you know, there's one thing that they could have got it wrong. But this flat Earth stuff, guys, do you think it's more or less like a psyop? Because that literally, that came out. I think 2016 that chemtrail, the flat Earth community where it really started hitting off. That's what I remember anyway. That's what I remember. Many women like curtains. Think about. Sorry, Rebecca. Sorry. Many women like certain. I said curtains. Fucking idiot. Many women like certain things about a bloke: eyes, muscles, etc. Probably why then. I have heard I've got a gardener's body. It's not. I'm not showing off because I'm wearing a vest. Because I would go shirtless if I was. I'm that hot. I'm not joking. It's still flipping humid. It's still humid, I should say. I disagree with Ben on some things. It's okay. He's an old school. Yeah, honestly, mate. I disagree with a lot of things he says, but he's still good. And Ben is fun. He is. And all right, DJ. I'm gonna let you on a little secret. I've met Ben probably about 3 times in conferences in the past 3 years, I think. And Benjamin, sorry, man, I didn't see you there, brother. See, I'm screwing up my words already. I shouldn't have fought 420 too hard before the show. So yeah, welcome on in, man. I hope you're doing well. And are you still hot like I am? Not appearance-wise, but in terms of where you are in England, because it's been flipping hot, mate. So yeah, Ben, I love Ben. He's a good guy. But a little secret, DJ B2, he sleeps during conferences. So if I was doing a presentation, he'd be there. I'm not joking like that. I'd be like, Ben. It's like, it's like, Jesus Christ. He always sits at the back. Bless his heart. But look, when you're going into conspiracy theories for about 8 hours in that day watching presentations, look, even I struggle to like stay awake. So, but it's funny, man. I have to admit, it's so funny. Yeah. You met Ben too. All right, nice. DJ, I don't mean to be adding personal stuff, but you live in England, obviously. If you met Ben, whereabouts? Because if you've gone to any conferences that you've met Ben, we might have crossed paths. Have you been to like Glastonbury Symposium, which me and the missus will be going? I think it's in July. I think. Oh, you in Taunton? Yeah, you're just up the road from me, man. Yeah, it's been boiling, man, isn't it? Absolutely fucking hot, mate. But yeah, I hope you're doing good, Benjamin. I hope you're doing good, brother. He offered me some ready salty crisps. Oh, bless him. He's an eater. He's like me. Okay, any scraps left over, Ben's gonna have. Right. Let's move on to some Nazi flying saucer documentaries. Just gonna show some clips because I want to go 420. Ooh, what should we do? Well, one of them's in German, so we're going to skip that one. Let's put UFO Secrets of the Third Reich. Where are some... Right, let's do this. Okay. This documentary, meal lovers, it's UFO Seekers of the Third Reich, came out in 1994. This is not on my channel. This is on somebody else's. And let's do this. And I'm gonna... And happy 420 to everybody. Just gonna quickly pop out just for 2 seconds. Oh my god, go up again. 2 seconds. Oh my god, terrible. I might get copyright for that. Bollocks. Okay. Yeah, I remember I got copyrighted for that music last time. Okay, 2 seconds, don't worry. It's all good. Got plenty of stuff to show. Here we go.
Schnell war, dass du habt gesehen, dass es ein Flugkreisel war. Eine Flugscheibe.
Oh, hold on a minute. Before I forget. I met Ben in Liverpool when Michael... Oh, yeah, I know that guy, yeah. I talked to Anaheim in Hampshire. Oh, you're in Hampshire. Okay. So I think you're up north, I believe. Yeah, isn't there a conferences called... It's somewhere in Blackpool, isn't it? I can't remember what it's called. I know there's so many conferences going around in England. It's hard to keep up with. But oh no, you're in Hampshire. Oh, that's cool, man. Sweet, sweet. But yeah, Ben, the jail porter, if you're there, much love, brother. Much love. I was going to attend the Awakening conference. I'm not sure you've heard of it. Oh, I'll tell you what, Rebecca. The I have heard of that. Awakening conference 2025. Where is that based? I think I've got it here. Awakening conference. Do you know where it's based, Rebecca? Oh, you're down south. That's me knowing my locations, mate. Do apologize. Oh, Blackpool. Was it in Blackpool, is it? Yeah, Ben's a good lad, man. He's a good lad. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, Rebecca. Let me just, when we're rolling through the documentary, I'll have a little look on that. There's a Church Awakening conference. I don't think that's it. Anyway, okay, never mind. Yeah, I'll check that out. But yeah, I have heard about Rebecca. I could probably sort something out because I like to do more trips this year. All right, let's do this. Oh no! It's the one that hasn't got any audio to it. All right, never mind. Oh my god. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I do apologize. That had no audio on that one. And it's actually this one.
On the way to a rendezvous with the auxiliary cruiser Atlantis in the waters of the Antarctic. At this time, there were indeed other UFOs cruising the sky.
Right. Hey, bit of this. Oh, Blackpool. Okay, cool. All right, I'll
Apart from the conventionally powered flying saucers to be seen at this time, there were indeed other UFOs cruising the skies. A small Vril RFC-2 had been in service as a reconnaissance aircraft since the end of 1940. This rare photograph shows an RFC-2 in the skies over the southern Atlantic, on the way to a rendezvous with the auxiliary cruiser Atlantis in the waters of the Antarctic. Individual sightings of the first RFC-6 Haunebu 2 were also reported. In July 1941, work began on this Schriever Habermoll flying gyroscope, a jet-propelled vertical takeoff light aircraft. By the end of 1942, the first practical tests could begin. However, there were serious design faults in the first prototype. The same year, Dr. Richard Miete began work on a turbine-driven light aircraft, the RFC-7T. This was to be discus and not saucer-shaped. The Italian scientist Giuseppe Belluzzo soon joined this project, followed shortly afterwards by Schriever and Habermoll. They worked together to produce a functional, reliable light aircraft. So, on the 17th of April 1945, Richard Mitte was able to report to Adolf Hitler, "Today, under my direction, and in the presence of 3 Luftwaffe officers, the V-7 was tested in the skies above the Baltic. The general characteristics and attainable performance of the aircraft were as follows. The V-7 was a supersonic helicopter fitted with 12 BMW O-28 turbo aggregate engines. During the first test flight, it reached an altitude of 78,000 feet, and on the second, rose to 80,000 feet. The craft can in principle be powered by unconventional energy sources."
Yeah, I bet. 2 seconds.
My background includes
DJ,
remote
just
sensing
look
technology and the exploration of the UFO phenomena. Over the years, I've had the privilege of being a friend and colleague of the late American Naval Admiral Delfarny, who was instrumental in bringing many of the German scientists to the United States at the end of World War II. As many of you know, there was an executive order given by President Truman in August of 1945, August 15th, 45. And in March of 1946,
No, I haven't heard about that, DJB2. I've just Googled it. It looks actually quite interesting. Further exploration of Atlantis. I've always been fascinated with Atlantis, and hopefully on Monday I am planning to see, and is actually booked in, the man himself. Yes, I'm booked in to see South Frank Graham. It's all to do with gardening work, but I'm going to ask him for him to come on the show because I'd love to talk about Atlantis at some point during the show, because that is a one hell of a deep dive. Will aliens rescue certain people from nuclear bomb? Oh, tell me about it. Do you think one's going to go off somewhere in the Middle East? Fuck it. I bloody hope not. That's one thing for sure. But I hope the aliens could give us a guiding hand. Would be nice, Benjamin. I got some strange stuff looking into Atlantis. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, there's that's one aspect I haven't really looked into. I've always believed it because obviously Plato, and there are some maps, old vintage maps that allude to areas that possibly have a civilization lingering about in certain areas. Oh yeah, hold on. Is that right? Did I say that right? No, I think that's right. Yeah, Goober. Yeah, there's many different things called that name. I always get confused myself. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. That was so in that clip there was the jet propelled aircraft. That was the V7 that had the 12 BMW engines. These were like, well, basically like jet rockets that propelled to the circular craft. So again, Bob, it's like you really got to take this with like a pinch of salt. It's like I'm not too sure on that one, you know. These stories, they seem fascinating. They really are, but I don't think they had any validity to anything. Guba was a German company that made a bunch of documentaries about Atlantis and Vril. Also, okay, DJ. Okay, right. I'm gonna write this down. That makes sense. I appreciate that, man. I'm just gonna write that down. Especially the Maria Orsic. Okay, Guba. I got that there. Documentary. Okay, now thank you, DJ B2. Any information on that is brilliant because even like a production company, even like a production company
was part of like the Maria Orsic story, it'd be good to hear, because I know the Maria Orsic story by reading this book, which is the full story, so to speak. But a lot of stories got essentialized, you know, the Seven Sisters and stuff. In fact, if you want to be technical, Maria Orsic was not part of the Vril Society. She was part of the Tula Gesellschaft, or the Tula Society. And Sigrun was part of the Vril Society. See? People said the research, mate, not me, mate. But we'll get to that next episode. They're on the lore of German flying saucers. You saw where light stops and dark takes down pitch black when you look up. I have no idea, man. I've just 420 really hard. Appreciate it, comment, brother. God, I tell you what, chat, you go absolutely crazy. Trying to keep up with you guys. Oh, how do we get your books? Oh, good luck. Most of them, to be honest with you, Rebecca, are pretty much non-existent. You can go to one called ABE Books, and that's a website that has all different countries around the world. Some of these books came from there. Most of them came from like eBay. Some of them came from certain websites. It really is a tricky one. I mean, there's a book I'm trying to get at the moment on German flying saucers, and it's from this really dodgy website, and I'm like, oh, should I trust it? And they cost hundreds of pounds. But if you're willing to do the research and you got the time and money, because it costs a pretty penny, then fine, do it. You know, if you're passionate enough. But you may change your opinion after a while. So yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, my bad. All right.
States.
I'll tell you, anything else that we can talk about? Oh yeah, Foo Fighters. Oh yeah, also this footage here, check this out.
Which led to the placing of man on the moon.
Yeah, this footage.
And secondly, a closer
this footage here.
look at the lesser known development of what some experts will call the Feuerkugel.
Okay, that's a meteorite. I found out recently through an old meteorite documentary, and this has been put forward as a real UFO, and I thought it was real, and it's not. It's actually a proper meteorite going through the sky.
The fiery ball, or the disc-like hovercraft that the Germans were experimenting.
Yeah, I remember I'll get copyright for that bit as well. Anything else we can show on there? Yeah, it's got a lot of music that gets a lot of copyright on it. What should I do? Okay, I'm gonna play a documentary. That might get on your tits. I'm gonna do it anyway. May Brussels. Anyone heard of May Brussels? An old school OG conspiracy researcher into like JFK and stuff like that. Yeah, sadly she's no longer with us, but yeah, go check her out, May Brussels. Everything that dark journalist is talking about today can trace back to like 1980s. It's crazy. I think it's that one. Whoa! I apologize. There we go. Let's have a bit of a laugh. And I do apologize for that. The music is going to be absolutely horrendous. And you're welcome.
There are also some sort of wheels which were put underneath to make it movable. It looks like a big axle with big wheels. A truck is there. And a crane in the background. There are only two people visible. One underneath the spaceship and the other one on the roof, where there is a small cockpit.
So this is the photograph of what DJ B2 was saying, that it might have been on a platform.
Everything is very quiet. There's a cross painted on the spaceship that looks similar to the German Nazi flag. There are no glass windows visible, but there are two round openings with something above them. Underneath the UFO there are strange-looking plates which look like rotors of a turbine engine, but they are probably something different. There are protruding parts underneath that look like guns. They could not possibly be antennas because they are too thick. The ship has a diameter of 18 to 20 meters. It looks really dangerous. Next to the truck, there's another car parked. It's a VW. Everyone laughed when I told them the story of what I saw. They say I was drunk. I might have been drunk too much. Beer, but I'm convinced I saw a UFO.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, just anyone in chat, just yeah, chill out, man. I don't want a community where people are having to go at each other and all that. Just let's all act mature and our age. I know I say things like a better hand, but honestly, just let's try have a nice community here, okay? Because I don't want to time anyone out, and I don't want to be that type of person. I do be like end up like a fucking parent or anything like that. So let's all like chill out, relax. 420 if you wanted to, man. Let's all not have a go at each other's throats, all right? Because, like I said, I don't want to time anyone out, all right? I would just want to have a really nice community, all right?
In the week following this UFO report, there were other reports also from Bavaria. For example, a petrol Bowser attendant who said he'd seen a UFO, but people accused him of being drunk and made fun of him. So to avoid further ridicule, he said he was just making a joke. UFO reports are difficult to believe.
Again,
it's up to each
apologies
person
for
to
the
form their own opinion and to consider the
music.
implications for themselves. On the 14th of December 1944, the New York Times published the first of the UFO news stories. Floating mystery ball is new Nazi air weapon. It was disclosed on December the 13th by the Supreme Headquarters of the Allied Expeditionary Force that a new German weapon made its appearance on the Western Air Front.
Ooh, you're a musician, Ben. Send over your music, because believe it or not, I went to music college for about 3-4 years in performing arts. Yeah, I know, posh twat. I know, I really want to become a musician, like session musician. And then obviously things have changed over the years and I've become a gardener, but I'm obviously happy with. But yeah, I'd be interested to see, what do you play, man? Do you play drums? Because I'm a drummer by trade, if one would say. But yeah, if you send it over, man, be interested to see hear your music.
American airmen report that they are encountering silver-coloured spheres in the air above German territory. The spheres are being encountered singly and in clusters. Sometimes they are semi-translucent. This report is suggestive of electromagnetically driven craft. These objects frequently appeared where German troops were concentrated in Northern Europe. Many ghost rockets were sighted, especially in Scandinavia and Norway. On the screen now is a drawing from the SS files dated 7th of November 1943. The existence of UFOs, which almost all serious researchers now regard as a fact, give us a clue about a whole new technology. The enormous sparks we call lightning give us a glimpse at the immense energy freely available to power these machines. The life energy inside every human being is another aspect of this same magical power. These things are spoken of in the German Tuller Society and through one of its members in the SS.
Yeah, this is it. I need to really talk about that. I should have really talked about the Tuller Society and the Vril Society before leading up to the flying saucer stuff. But anyway,
it's all one big thing, isn't it? Benjamin, what's saying here, man? Oh, your lead lead. Oh my god, 420 too much. It's bagging stuff at it, but it strikes my ability to not read properly. A lead guitar singer, bit of a harmonica and drums sometimes, mainly vocals and guitar. Oh, so you're a multi-instrument guy. Oh, that's awesome, man. I could play like a little bit of guitar, but I just can't get my fingers in the right place. So that's what the missus says to me a lot. Hey, Comfy Sofa, how's it going, man? How's it going? Yeah, I'm a drummer. I've always loved one thing that I've loved since I was a kid. It's like the 80s sound, like the big fat drum sound. And one of my favorite bands is obviously Def Leppard, due to the electronic sound. I just love that big gated 80s sound. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I tried playing guitar, but man, I don't have any patience. I just cannot get my fingers in the right place. Oh, terrible. Oh man, sorry if you heard that. Oh man, this music sounds like 70s porn music. Dude, honestly, out of all the music they could have put into this documentary, they had to put that. I do apologize. I have to admit, I'm a Oh my god, Nick, I'm a self-learned home gardener. But mate, I'm the same as well. I'm the same. I learned everything not from the internet. Well, I did just like plant check stuff, like to find out what the names of the plants were. But the vast majority is me just like being out in nature, finding out what these plants grow, how they grow, when they flower, when to cut it back. There's a learning curve, man, isn't it? There's a learning curve. But yeah, we have some fellow musicians here, man. But yeah, hope you're doing well, Comfy Sofa. Welcome on in, man. It's been hot, isn't it? You've just been sweating your bollocks off like I've been doing here. Music played a lot as a teen, not much now. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. There's one live show I want to do with... It's also to do with like music and the music industry. Music sucks these days. Music absolutely sucks. And I tell you what, we'll finish off like German Flying Saucers, and I'll tell you like one band I absolutely love. Absolutely love, and I think you might like it as well. Always late to the party. Oh, it's cool, man. Don't worry about it. Bike maintenance after the TT. May is all good. No worries, man. I mean, you can always pop back anytime. I'm always here anyway. And yeah, but I hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're doing well. I tell you what, fuck this German Flying Saucer stuff. Not saying it's fake and gay. Well, a vast majority of it could be fake and gay. But if you want a really good band, well, they're not really a band. I'll explain in a minute. If I go to Spotify, and I have to admit, I know Spotify gets a lot of shit. Oh, yeah, that's it there. Okay. Where they're not paying their musicians properly, which is understandable. I think musicians need a fair share of, especially like royalties and stuff like that. But there was one day a couple of years ago. If anybody's heard of this band, you've got good taste in music, because hey, Nathan from the Quantum Show, how's it going, man? Nice to see you, brother. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. Mate, I'm always late to shows. Never on time, brother. But you're here now, man. That's the main thing. So yeah, one day I was pet sitting for a cat sitting, so to speak. And this band came along called Toy Matinee. Now, it was basically Pat Leonard. Pat Leonard is Madonna's producer, and he's the one that wrote Like a Prayer. He's the one that actually wrote the song, Pat Leonard. In a time in 1989, when Like a Prayer came out, he made Warner Brothers about $500 million. And they said, well, what do you want to do? What do you want? Want an office? What do you want to do? And he says, well, I want to make a record. So he got all these session musicians together. Guy Pratt on bass, Tim Pierce on guitar, Brian McLeod on drums, and obviously Pat Leonard on keyboards. And he created this album. It's just basically like, just got a bunch of musicians together and just had a bit of fun. And this is the only album that was made. It came out in 1990, and it's a bridge between the 80s and 90s. It's really, really cool. I have to admit, maybe it's not everyone's cup of tea, But if you listen to Last Play Now, obviously not going to play anything here because I get copyright. And my favorite is Queen of Misery. In fact, the whole entire album, I have to admit, is like my second favorite album ever. I am not joking. Like, it is literally my favorite album ever. I'll put it second, basically. Yeah, Toy Matinee. Go check it out. People in England don't really know about it. It didn't do that well. But if you go on YouTube, put in Last Play Now, listen to the bass. The bass is the best bass sound you've ever heard. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Definitely recommend it. Have I got anything else on there? Oh my god, Bone Mud. Terrible. No way. He hasn't put it on there, is he? No way. No, he hasn't. Okay, so with that, I hated the name of that. Why did he put it on there? So that's my. So this is my band that I was in, and oh my god, do you want to hear it? Go on then. Is it going to play? It's the new drummer. I can't remember me playing it. If you can hear that or not, anyway, if you want to go check that out. But yeah, this album hasn't even been completed yet. I thought he uploaded the songs, but he hasn't. But anyway, yeah, Toy Matinee, go check it out, man. It's a really, really good band. Pink Floyd, yeah, Rotary, the guy who played bass for Pink Floyd, obviously not Roger Waters, it would be Guy Pratt. He's the bass player for this band, Toy Matinee. And he played bass for Madonna, Michael Jackson. Like, I guarantee everyone's heard a song from Guy Pratt. He's the bass player, but he's Pink Floyd's bass player. Basically, he's been the bass player since the 80s. So yeah. Did you hear that? Yeah, it's. Oh man, it's a love-hate relationship with my old band because I fucking hated the lead singer. It's what was the reason why I left. I just couldn't stand it. Benjamin, you probably know, mate, being in bands, you always get one where, and it's no offense, but it's mostly the lead singer who's a complete wanker and a dick. And you always get one in the band, like the cocky idiot. Oh man, I just now look back at it and thinking, God, I would have done things so much differently. But yeah, instrument. Yeah, I play drums. I'm a drummer. I'm looking to buy bass guitar Christmas time to learn something a bit different. But yeah, drummer by trade. Yeah, like I said, I love I love beats. I love rhythm. You know, and it's one thing I noticed back in music college is that when I used to be put together in bands. When I went to music college, we were basically put into bands together. So you had guitarists, drummers, and all that, and used to create music and learn about the music industry. But you would also take, for instance, we had an assessment. We had to take what was the really popular Kylie Minogue song. Oh my God, what is the song? The one that came out in like 2010 or something like that. It was one of the songs by Kylie Minogue, and obviously it was a pop song, but we all had different tasks to change that song into a country song, a blues song, a heavy metal song, a reggae song, and it was actually quite interesting. It was actually at that time period. It was very, very creative time. I have to admit, music college. It was called Access to Music. I went to. It's the same music college that Ed Sheeran went to. So. Lead singers always rip off other members for credit. Yeah, a lot of music is regurgitated. When you think about it, I mean, how many chords can a guitar play? It's the same chords, isn't it? Same chord progression, four bar chord progression. It's just in different orders, isn't it? When you look at it. But nevertheless, I do find it interesting. But today's music, it's shockingly bad. I don't find anything that's appealing to me. I'm always trying to find old music, going back from 70s and 80s. And like, look, I'm not a big fan of Beatles. I'm going to be honest with you. I understand the cultural preference they had on the music industry. I really do. But the music, it's not even on my Spotify list. You know, I don't even listen to the Beatles, but I appreciate what they managed to do for the music industry and the step forward of rock and roll in England. The music today is changed so much. It's changed so much, and it depends on what genre you're into. My missus, she's into like heavy metal, like death metal, and she's always finding heavy metal music to listen to, like new ones. And I listen to it, and I'm going, yeah, but we've heard this all before. It's the same regurgitated stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's like Slipknot bringing out another album. It's I guarantee it's got the same remnants of like the previous albums, and it gets a bit like repetitive, a bit boring. Do you know what I mean? Benjamin, you probably know what I'm talking about, man. Oh, I love the Beatles. Sorry, mate. I know people that love the Beatles. Do you know what? That's probably my bad on my behalf. I haven't really I haven't sat down and listened to the White Album or Abbey Road or Sergeant Pepper's. I think those are albums from the Beatles. As a semi-musician, I should know that. I tell you, Benjamin, my homework for the week is that I will listen to the Beatles in all in its entirety. Okay, because I guarantee there's going to be one or two songs that I'm going to like. All right, out of their catalog they've got and how cultural impact they had on the music industry and music culture, I think it's worth giving them a shot. So I'll do that just for you, Benjamin. And if I say it's still, if I say it's shit, you can do your worst in chat, and I'll give you the excuse to actually do it, and everyone else will give you that permission to do it. Look, I've heard the Beatles songs. I know they're not shit. I know that for sure. I just didn't really give them a chance. I didn't really give them a chance. Oh, I think you're into like Cradle of Filth, Rebecca, because I saw Cradle of Filth. Oh, bloody hell. 2006 or 5. I had like hair down to here. I had like eyeliner, proper goth, mate. And nowadays I've gone off it a little bit. I do listen to like Slipknot, but only like a few songs. Like, I mean, the one Slipknot album that really stuck into my mind is the second and third one. Like songs like Before I Forget and Duality. That just reminds me of school. It just reminds me of school. If that is. Yeah, I have to admit, mate. Everything's gone a bit. Do you know what I like to talk about? I think the music they're using nowadays, they're using this hertz, a certain frequency that I think is the same frequency if you're actually watching TV. When you watch TV for a long period of time, you get into like a hypnotic sort of trance. And I do remember watching a lecture about the hertz and what it's actually doing to the music, especially there, because everything's electronic now. And it's got a certain tone. So a lot of the pop music that I'm hearing now, like the new stuff, like flipping like Taylor Swift and stuff like that. I'm just guessing. I don't really know. I didn't listen to the radio or anything like that. But it's got a certain sound to it, and I think that's quite important to actually talk about. Oh, here's another one. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to write that down. Yeah, any new music, mate, much appreciated, because I'm always trying to find new music to listen to. Just gonna write this down. Revolver. Hold on a minute. Band. I came up with a gun. I think I know who that is. Oh, no, I don't. Okay, man. Oh, sweet. British band. Okay, yeah, all right, man. I'll check that out. Revolver. Awesome. Well, that's saved. Awesome. When it comes to new genres, neo soul has good artists. I tell you what I really like, and you ain't going to believe this when I show you something. One of my favorite albums of all time. Let's bring up Spotify. You can see it there. It's that. Okay, Chicane. from 2007. I remember my mum would play this album, and there's like, for instance, Offshore. I play this album like it was like yesterday. Clear blue sky. It's a summer album for me, and it just puts me in that mindset. Like, for instance, Offshore, Early. In fact, my theme tune for the Cosmic Twilight is already there. It's a very small segment I took out of it, and it's actually the intro music for my Cosmic Twilight videos. It's actually Chicane, but yeah, believe it or not, Chicane. I mean, we all like music that reminds us, like, when we were a kid or anything nostalgic. And this is one of the albums. I mean, people don't really like. Oh my god, I was going to say flipping soul music there. What the hell am I talking about? Lounge music. I would classify this as lounge music, which I'm really getting into, sort of electronic music. But yeah, Chicane, I have to admit, I like a bit of Chicane, especially Offshore. I have to admit. Neo Soul. Mate, I've never heard of that. Neo Soul music. So, oh yeah. I tell you what. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like R&B blues, but more up to date, with a bit of hip hop and R&B, funk, jazz, soul fusion. I think I know what you're talking about, mate. And yes, I love that sort of stuff. I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah. So it's called Neo Soul. I like that. I like that. Everything is going more fake by the year. With AI, I've listened to AI music and it's quite obvious, in my opinion. Benjamin would probably say the same thing, being a musician. I think you get to tell when anything's AI. Bear in mind that I can show you a video that it's a comedy of people talking and it's AI generated. You can't bloody tell a difference. I think I sent it to someone the other day. I think I sent it to my mum. Overrated, but they changed music. Yeah, are you talking about Chicane? I have listened to many metal genres and some prog. Yeah, heavy metal just reminds me of like my teenage years, like secondary school, high school, as one would call it. Not like a falling off like heavy metal as such. I just think I just want to try and find new music, and I find it really difficult. I tell you what, I'm really getting into is AOR music, which stands for. Hang on, AOR music. So it's album oriented music, which stands for that. So it's an FM radio format created in the United States in the late 60s to focus on full rock bands. It's basically rock bands that are not really heard of, basically AOR albums and stuff like that. That's what we're really getting into at the moment. The Beatles are overrated. Oh, Benjamin, how do you think about that, brother? I haven't. Oh, hey, Mark G. I think I said to you. Don't think I said hello to you earlier. I haven't given the Beatles a chance, mate. So as Benjamin is a fan of the Beatles, I'm going to give them a chance and listen to the whole album entirety and let everyone know what's my favorite song and everything like that. It's bound to be a song I like. The Beatles, I like Beatles much when I was young. How old are you, Science Fringe? Could you remember the Beatles? Could anybody remember the Beatles like live back in the day in the 60s? I don't want to call you old or anything like that. Here Comes the Sun is a very pretty song. Revolver is my favorite album by them. Oh, nice. Okay. I'm going to write that down. All right, come on then. Come on. No? Okay. Cool. Sweet. So my cat's been an asshole. Oh my God, what have you got on you? Yeah, one day he jumped on my lap and he had this huge slug, and I was like, "What the hell was that?" And I looked, and I was like, "Oh my god!" It's like stuck to his throat. Disgusting. I go to festivals in Europe and get some unknown bands. That's awesome. I can't stand crowds of people, unfortunately. Yeah, I like to go to. I used to like to go to download, but now the concept of hearing people shagging and drunkenness, and apparently the toilets are absolutely filth. So that's a pass on me, Rebecca. But yeah, report back to me on any good bands. I saw Cradle at the beginning and on many of their tours. I think they started early, probably actually late 90s. So I saw around about 2004-5. I think I still got the original T-shirt somewhere. Yeah, it was. Yeah, must have been good. Hello, Mark. Nice to see you, man. Music I was listening to that song today. Oh, that's nice, man. That's nice. It's like there's some certain songs that just puts you back into like like memories of being like a kid or something like that. I mean, for instance, "Torn" by who's that song? Who sang the "Torn" song? I can't remember. Is it? Oh my god, I can't remember her name. But that just reminds me of being that that time period in 1997. See, not Sophie Alex Baxter. No, she sung "Murder on the Dance Floor." I can't remember. Even with bands, they go through a stale period. Yes, Def Leppard is one of them. I think Cradle did for me among 2000. Okay, yeah, that's when I got really into them. That's why I pretty much was a goth, Rebecca, back in the day. I think I got a photograph somewhere of me when I was a goth. I'm not going to show you because I look like a girl. Glenn Campbell for the win. Plus, when he was wanted, he would oh my god, Nick, come on, shred better than most guitar players. I'm going to be honest with you, Moody, right? There were so many shredders with the guitar back in college. It fucking used to drive me up the wall. There was a guy named James Diamond. I have to admit, he was a good guitar player and a good shredder, but he constantly do it, and it's just, it works well in a song if it's placed in the song in the right arrangement. But just to like simply just go shredding in a random period of the song, it doesn't work well, and he kept on doing it. It real pissed me off. That's why I probably detest it these days. Most music's trash now. Yes, it is, Mark. Yeah, especially anything hip hop and rock trash. Even, I'm going to be honest, like even like rock stuff is still crap. It's like regurgitated stuff. I mean, especially hip hop. Fucking hell. You excuse me. You would have thought with all the subgenres we got, all the genres, the subgenres, we can't make a new genre up that is more appealing. I like songs that are more catchy. I mean, for instance, Queen of Misery by Toy Matinee, the band I was showing you on Spotify. Immediately, it's got this keyboard thing, this staggered left hand sort of segment, and it's like, oh, that's nice. It appeals to the ears. These four bar arrangements just get boring now. And and I think AI kind of relies a lot on that. I've listened to AI music. It's bloody shit. Oh, right. Wrecking Crew. Oh, that's interesting, man. Yeah. I've heard about the Wrecking Crew. Oh, Rolf was a 90s band. Nice. Oh, you saw Slipknot as Ozfest, Milton Keynes Bowl with Sabbath as headline. Bloody hell, that's been an awesome gig, man. Slipknot and flipping Sabbath and in one sitting. I mean, that's pretty much downloading it. White Album for you. Okay. Obviously, that's the Beatles album. All right. I'll give that a go, man. Give that a go. Let's quickly go for chat. Blues and Southern rock are my favorite. Yeah, do you know what? I like a bit of country. There's different types of country music, isn't there? That's one thing I noticed with America. There's more rocky. Would you consider that Southern rock then, Mark? In terms of, you wouldn't consider country as blues. I mean, you could do, couldn't you? Could be part of a subgenre. I think about country music as like blues, which kind of is to a certain degree. Southern rock. Yeah, this is it with America. Like, you got different sections of the country that has got like different styles of music. So Southern rock, yeah. I'll tell you what. I'm just gonna Southern rock music. See that. Something for me to do a gander to. Look into some music. Chicane is God DJ. Yes, it actually played live. I think last year in November, but I'm sure they do their rounds. And Sergeant Pepper's. Well, anyone growing up with that one? Yeah, Sergeant Pepper's the White Album. What about Abbey Road? Is Abbey Road one? Can't post links. Oh yeah, I tell you what, Nathan. I need to add you to something, and I don't know how to do it. I'm going to write that down, and I'll add you as a moderator. I can't remember how I did it. Add. Because you need to have you need to be a moderator to actually post links. Yeah, StreamYard's like really weird with stuff like that, and YouTube. Yeah, apologies, Nathan. Let me just work our way around it. Hold on, I'm just going to pull up one thing. Also, I'll do something. Hold on.
These concepts were quite different to those of the German military at the time. This was the beginnings of the first so-called Green Party, and perhaps ironically a search for a new harmony between man and nature. In the German Tulla Society, the secret sign was the Black Sun. This same sign was evident in ancient Babylon and to the Carthaginians and the Phoenicians. In these ancient times, the sign of the Black Sun was symbolized by a cross. The cross recurs throughout history as a symbol of power. This symbol can be seen in the swastika of the Third Reich.
All right, Nathan. I'll yeah. Sorry, man. Next time, I don't know how to do it. It's to add you as a moderator. But yeah, apologies, man. If you remember for next time, stick it in chat. But yeah, YouTube's just pretty much gay at the moment. It's I don't know how to do it. I really don't know how to do it. I'll find out. But yeah, music is an escape. Yeah, I would agree with that. Especially chicane music, I have to admit. God, bloody hell, you'll go nuts with chat. I'm gonna be all day otherwise. I don't mind. It's all good. Red Clay Strays. I've heard of them. Oh, I can just copy it. Oh, sweet. I can just do that and do that. Oh, brilliant. Fantastic. All right, I'll go check them out, Mark G. That's awesome. Yeah, sorry, man. I'll get that sorted for you. I'll get that sorted. The Beatles' best album are Rubber Soul Revolver, Sgt. Pepper's, and Help Magical Mystery Tours. Is that when they were taking magic mushrooms and like psychedelics and stuff like that? Because apparently I was watching a documentary that the fact that the Beatles went through like very bluesy rock and roll stage, and then they started taking LSD, and that's where I started to get all like really trippy music, like really soulful. I might be wrong on that one. That's something I can bear in mind when I'm taking a listen to all the music. Country rap is horrible. Okay. Is there such a thing? Country rap? Have I listened to any country rap? I don't think I have, to be honest with you. Yeah, I can't see that fusing together, Mark. I'm going to be honest. I'm still curious, actually. I'm still curious. Over the names, maybe 3 dots at the end. James Taylor and Joni Mitch. Oh, Mitchell. Yes, yes. Absolutely brilliant songwriters. Yeah, Jacko Pes. That last name. I know these people. Yeah, yeah. Jodi Mitchell. I think I like. I think I got one of her songs on my Spotify somewhere. Yes, I've heard of them. Do you know what? I think I got one of their songs on my Spotify as well. Do you know what? When I go through Spotify and I hear a song I like, do you know what? It's kind of stupid, really. I'm so busy at work. I don't really look at the band. I just click that button where it adds it to your liked music page. And it's only until later I'm like scrolling, like, oh, actually, what is this band? And I think that is one of them. I can't remember what the song is, but yeah, that does sound very familiar. There's a very enlightened book about the old music scene called Weird Scenes Inside the Canyon. Wow, the Crafty Nihilist channel reads the audio book. All right, cool, awesome. Pretty much creepy behind the scenes. Ah, right, that's awesome. That's sweet. Oh yeah, Five Finger Death Punch is good, but try not for me. Yeah, that style of music is a bit too. What should I say? Thing is, when I went to music college, this was 2007 to 2009, 10. This is where the emo stage came in, and I think Five Finger Death Punch had a lot of like emo stuff put in. I think I remember it was at that time period. Yeah, around about 2009, 10. I remember that clearly. I can remember the style that people used to dress at. Remember the emo style? That just reminds me of college. It really does. Yeah. Yeah. There's a few great ones like songs, Dance Kid, Dance. All right, awesome. Natty and Brulia, yes. Torn, that is it. I couldn't think of the name. She was in Johnny English, and I have to admit, she looked pretty banging. You know, the short hair, I don't think kind of suited her, but yeah. What's that all about? Emo is at its worst. Oh my god, yeah. It goes with the lifestyle as well. You know. Yes, My Chemical Romance. Flipping out. That just reminds me of college. Terrible music. Well, it depends if you like that sort of stuff. But for me, it did not appeal to me. Music college was all about 70s, 80s music, funk, a bit of prog and all that. Yeah, a very creative time for sure. Prog rock, garage rock, rockabilly. Rockability. Fuck's sake, Nick. Oh, bloody hell. There's a lot of rock tunes that were actually old, early blues songs. Yes, there was. Led Zeppelin recorded several of them. Yes, they did. What were they? I was going to say Whole Lot of Love there. No, Tina Turner did, which I listened to the other day, A Whole Lot of Love. People thought, sorry, people... what's the original? Was it early blues? Yeah, I mean, a lot of the music, you think, like, derived from early blues music, which is New Orleans, Louisiana. I remember doing like a rock history. It's like a blues history, like Mississippi, that sort of area. That's where a lot of the R&B blues came. And then I believe, that would have been like 40s and 50s. Yeah, the Americans sort of took it over. And then I know the Beatles really got a lot of that influence and put that into their albums, which would be interested to see and hear as well, because like I said, I'm not really familiar with Beatles. As being a musician, I should be ashamed of myself. But I have to admit, Tina Turner is probably one of the best singers in the world, and such a shame what happened to her. I can remember she did the live show, and she couldn't sing at all. And I was listening to it; it's so cringe. It's like, but I feel so sorry for her at the end. But literally one of the best singers in the world, up there with like Freddie Mercury, you know. And she also did "Would Always Love You," a cover song, which was, excuse me, Dolly Parton, wasn't it? I'm not going to do the song because I don't want to put you guys to shame. I can't sing for shit. I'm only joking. I'm going to be drinking my 80s Aqua Libya, and this is a raspberry and blackcurrant. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. What a strange show. Talk about nicely flying saucers, music, chemtrails. Yeah. So, oh yes, Greta. Yes, very Zeppelin. They've got a song called. It's on my YouTube thing, and it's really complex. It's like Led Zeppelin, but today's day music. Good night. Look at that little bit of music chat for us to sort of catch up and try and share ideas on music and stuff like that. So yeah, we can all agree that music is shit, but not all music is shit these days. I guarantee there's a band out there that we're all gonna like, but we just haven't come across them yet. You would have thought how accessibility we got into all types of music, especially on Spotify. Just wish they pay the artists a bit better. We should have a vast amount of collection of new music to listen to, but I think the mainstream music might. I mean, mainstream music is only like one side, isn't it? It's like, listen to this and you're going to like this. And now it's, oh, this is number one because that's the only thing they can actually give us. Is, you know, I mean, for instance, take a song like Toto, Africa, one of the best songs ever. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. I can go on and on. You know, you just don't get music like that these days. You really don't. I tell you what's good grunge. It's getting into recently, Mark, is oh, right, boom, right there. Alice in Chains. I never really listened to them. I have recently. And oh my god. Pearl Jam. Okay. Oh yeah, speak like that. You know, you got that sort of old time American sound. I remember the song Jeremy, which is quite of a hard hitting song back in the day. That it came up on my Spotify. I was like, oh bloody hell, I haven't heard that song in ages. And then I went through the catalogue of Pearl Jam. Do you think he puts that? Does it actually sound like that? Do you think he puts it on? You know, that chord sounds like that, yeah. Yeah, no. I can't do an impression of it. Yeah. But good old grunge. Good old grunge. Nevada was never a big fan, but Teen Spirit. Teen Spirit has been overplayed. I like I can't remember what the name of the song is, you know. It's just that one album, isn't it? That's pretty much they're famous for. Blah, 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 blah. Do I like old 80s, new? Is that new? Like the Venom? Oh, like Venom. Not too sure what you mean by that, Rebecca. And a new. My sister was a grunge fan, and so is her partner. Oh, that's good, man. Yeah, and me and the missus are pretty much on the same par when it comes to music. Although I think she listens to Spice Girls. Joking. She don't. She'll fucking kill me if I said that to her face. Lane Stanley had an amazing voice. Yes. Lane's. Oh, hold on. Write this down. Lane Stanley. Ah. Yes. Oh, yeah. Wasn't he a wrestler, wasn't he? Died 2002. Yes, I remember. See, all these artists, I'm more or less forgetting at the moment. So you hear that one song, you haven't heard it in like 15 years. I have Pearl Jam collection. Yes, he sounds like that. Oh, that's his actual voice then. That's okay. Some singers, I noticed, there was one guy in college who was a grunge singer, and he would mimic his voice to sound like it, and we knew he didn't sound like that. And I think some artists pretty good at getting away with it, but I think if you're saying that he sounds like that, then fair dues. Yeah, it's a very unique what would you call it? Oh god, I just can't think of the word. It's very American style. Something I can't think of because I 420 too hard. But yeah, that's his real voice. That's cool. Overplayed like the Beatles song. Is that the Teen Spirit? Like Teen Spirit. It's got played so much. I have to admit, it gets a bit boring. I think one of those songs where the choruses get stuck in your head. When you're trying to sleep and you just have that single chorus over your head, repeat, repeat, repeat. I think it happened for me with Team Spirit. Is the intro music. I think that's really got it for me. A new wave of British heavy metal. I do hear it's coming back. Maybe. I'm not too sure. I haven't been on the metal scene in since I was in that Bone Mud, which was my last band that I was in. Which is about probably over 10 years ago. Bohemian. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. I think I was talking about. New wave British metal. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I remember I think my mum had like perms and stuff like that back in the day. Yeah, I just like that time period. I really do. Like the 80s. I mean, I'm more of a 1920s sort of guy. I like the industrial age, but when it comes to the music, yeah, I just can't be the 80s for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do appreciate 50s, 60s, 70s music, but the 80s is it's just a sound, electronic sound, that big gated sound I absolutely love. Hence why Def Leppard is one of my favorite bands. 90s rock, 100%, 100% for sure. It was 80s bands from the UK. Okay, that was the band you're talking about. All right. A good sorry, Rebecca, I'm hammered at the moment. Metal City, based in Newcastle, about Neat Records. Oh, I've heard about Neat Records. Chris Cornell was the most talented out of the bunch. Yes. Shame he's no longer with us, isn't it? Am I thinking about the right person? Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, 2017. Yes, Soundgarden, wasn't it? Was he in Soundgarden? Yes, it was. Do you know what? Black Hole Sun, that still creeps me out, that music video. It's got such a distinguished sound, isn't it? Unfortunately, Rebecca, I cannot stand Metallica. It's like kryptonite for me. It's like me and Brian Cox. It's like, smack him silly. I'm going to say no more, but it's like, right, I'm going to explain something now. When I was in music college, right, being a drummer, I was always told that I sounded like Lars from Metallica. I never listened to Metallica. Okay, Enter the Sandman and all that, but I never really listened to it. And I thought, and it's over the years I realized that when people say that to a drummer, you sound like Lars, basically means you're telling the drummer that they're actually shit. Because if Benjamin, if you're still in chat, and if you know anything about Lars, he's known for being a crap drummer. So when somebody says, "Well, you sound like Lars," you're basically telling the drummer that is crap. And I think this is why I hate Metallica. I don't know. I probably got a bit of stigma from back in music college and that, but I swear to God, I don't sound like Metallica or Lars. He's not a great drummer. He's a drummer, but I wouldn't say he's necessarily great. Yeah, he's a bit of a fucking dick, to be honest with you. Well, some of the interviews I've seen from him, he seems like a complete arrogant tosser. And he's not really a great drummer either. I don't think I sound like him. I listen to Metallica a few songs. But yeah, it never caught eye. I never caught eye with him, to be honest with you. So yeah, if you're a drummer and someone says you sound like Lars, means that you're a shit drummer. Hey Andy, how's it going, man? 80s band, the I've heard about them. I've heard about them. I'm not going to say the word because then balls it up. Their music is timeless. Still listen to them to the death. I'm going to be honest. 80s music is probably the best
Let me write this down. Oh, yeah. I've read about this band. Yeah. Sweet. Hey, welcome in, man. Welcome in, Andy. Nice to see you. So all this music talk, I haven't scared the people away. Everyone came for Nazi flying saucers, but there's only so far I can do with that. Right. Let's move on because it's come to 2 hours and 20 minutes. Flipping hell. What else have I got here? I can give you guys right in your face. Documentaries, done photographs. Chemtrail some videos. Oh yes, I was going to say one thing. Okay, just off topic, right? If you think of leaving money, like you think, shit, I left like a $5 in my pocket and I put it in the washing machine. Well, don't fear, because I put this $5 on 60, and look, it's a little bit degraded, a little bit. Hold on, like see there a little bit, but otherwise, yes, you can put money in the washing machine, and this was on 60 and it still came out fine. So don't fear, guys. Okay, so that's my top tip for the day. But do check your pockets if you are retarded like me and you're just like, oh, just chuck it in there, it'll be fine. You'll be like, shit, I've got a £50 note in my pocket. You'll be fine, don't worry. Yeah, with Alien Addict, guys, we go off topic here, because I want you to see my side and see me as a person. You know, I don't want to obviously talk about UFOs and aliens and stuff like that, but you want to see what my interest is. You know, obviously UFOs and aliens, but the other side, like music and a bit of conspiracies and stuff like that. You want to get to know me. Do you know what I mean? And I think you've got the gist of it so far. You know, hopefully I'm a nice person. I don't come across too much like a dick. Stephen Campion. Woo! Started drama already. Woo! Right. Okay. Let's move forward. Let's bring up Twitter, because there's a few things I want to talk about. But yeah, we always go off topic here on Alien Addict. It's always good. Gronk. Okie dokie. I tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to not go to 420. I think I've 420 enough already. Just carry on with this. Put this a bit bigger. Where is it? There we go. Right. Okay. This lady right here, Dory, she says, Maria Orsic, leader of the Vril Society of Mediums. Remote viewers received mysterious drawings and communications she received from the beginning, located allegedly from Aldebaran. She vanished in 1945 without a trace. She's never been found. Yeah, no shit. The movie, The Maria Orsic Story 2017, isn't available on stream online anywhere. Why? Here's a page about the movie. Because you don't exist. Do you know what? People get boners over this. Look, Maria Orsic. So yeah, Maria Orsic is the one that designed the anti-gravity flying saucers for the Germans. I am not joking. This is what I should have talked about, first of all. And Vril, my God, Vril. They really accentualized the ass in that one, which I do appreciate. But yeah, Vril gets played so much in that symbol as well, which we'll talk about on another time. Mum, what's a conspiracy theorist? Someone who figures out the truth before most people dare. Oh, sorry. I'm going to say that again. Mum, what's a conspiracy theorist? Someone who figures out the truth before most people dare. This is the reason why I don't sometimes believe in conspiracy theories. This is why like I was talking about earlier, the reason why I stepped out of conspiracy theories is because stupid posts like this. It's like, no, you don't know the truth. No one knows the truth. And just don't think you know the truth on assumption. It's not good. You know, that's why I keep finding, I'm a truth movement. You know, I live for the truth movement. It's like, I know the truth. It's like, no, you fucking don't. No one knows the truth. No one does. Dream on. Yeah, I found this quite interesting. I know people get a bit skeptical about Red Panda Koala, but there's this video on YouTube called Counterintelligence, Online Harassment and Disinformation Campaigns in UFO Land 2025. And I thought it was really interesting to see the perspectives of the people that have come forward, like for instance, Rose Coulthard and Jay Anderson.
I think Katie Brooks as well. Is it Kelly Brooks or Katie Brooks? I think it's Kelly, and she's come forward and saying, "Look, there's a lot of disinformation campaign that's been going on," and I found it quite interesting. It's only 20 minutes long, and it's this here, and you can find it on YouTube as well on Red Panda Koala's YouTube channel, which is back up as well. So I found it quite interesting to see how people are starting to turn the tide on ufology. If I show that to a normie person, they'd be like, "Oh, don't be racist." I'm like, probably want to do a bit of research, mate. You know. Yeah, but that is absolutely true, 100%. Yeah, that's again the sun that was the sun that was dimmed out, and then within a few hours it actually ended up being quite nice weather. So right, that's enough of that. Bit of Farage. Listen to this.
It's all the same. I keep seeing the same cycle of like the UAPs.
Unexplained aerial phenomenon.
So they're having hearings, and Chuck Schumer, that paragon of virtue is like, was he sick of the lies? And he's signing a bill.
He's sick of the lies, Kurt.
Oh,
we come right before the office of Senator Schumer to express our appreciation for his leadership.
And
he's representing the people.
Dude, Lou Elizondo risked his career to tell us there might be something he might have heard, and it might be dangerous. And there's a documentary, and I'm going to see James Clapper on a documentary.
Oh, yeah.
James fucking Clapper. He gets an attack of the honesties about UFOs. Hunter's laptop, though, he's going to sign that shit, right? But this fucker's going to tell me the truth now. So I don't think there's something. I know there is, because you wouldn't be all like how they're being about it. But I'm sick of this J.J. Abrams mystery box storytelling,
Yeah, well, there's definitely a lot of propaganda.
Yes, that is I think I showed that video before. That is my thoughts on ufology at the moment. There's a lot of propaganda. There's a lot of like trust me bros, and also something big is going to happen. These so-called government officials coming forward, Jeremy Corbell, which the bloody footage that I showed you earlier. I'm actually going to talk about that in a minute. I just, it's like Ben the Jar Porter saying, "I says, disclosure isn't going to come like catastrophic disclosure. It's not going to happen like in one go. It's going to be a slow drip." Is that actually even happening? Are we actually at this stage now where slow drip disclosure is actually happening? I don't think so. I think the community is in such pieces, and we've been so divided on purpose. As I was going to say queer then, clear evidence that, and people are starting to catch on to this now, that there is the intelligence agency and misinformation campaign, just like Operation Mockingbird, that has been implanted in all walks of organized avenues of like conspiracy theories and alternative movement, especially alternative movement. All right. So we've got to be very careful now of what information we're consuming, anything to do with ufology. All right. I need to talk about Jeremy Corbell's footage. But yeah, that is just my overall conclusion so far where I'm at with ufology at the moment. It's just, I like that term, J.J. Abrams mystery box shit. Oh yeah, 2027, something big's going to happen, guys. UFO so big, had to put a building around it. Trust me, my sources say something big's going to happen. Fucking hell, how many times been hearing that? It's just like, it's so boring. And it's like fucking the wife you're not attracted to anymore. It's just like, okay, here we go again. It's missionary. Oh, you see what? It's probably a bad analogy to put forward. Sorry, baby, if you heard that. Not talking about you, but it's just so repetitive and it's boring now. We need something, and no way is a slow drip disclosure at all. Yes, it does indeed. Yeah. Does he? If it's clear, then it's all right. But yeah. Oh right. Yeah, I'll check that out, man. Sweet. Hold on, I'm just gonna write that down.
Go back. Yes. Sweet, man. Yeah, any music, guys, you like, and you think that I might like and people might like, put it forward. Good to hear it. Yeah, I'll check it out, man. I'll check it out. Okay, I'll have a look at that stuff as well. The production company, especially with the Maria Orsic stuff, because I got to dedicate an whole episode to it. Let's just go down there quickly. I've got to skip a lot during this bit here. On board, brother sergeant channel series. Oh right, okay. I haven't heard of this person. Marty. Cool. I'll go check that out, man. Yeah, thank you, Green Tea. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Right, let's go back to Twitter. But yeah, I'll just show you that, just give you my overall conclusion. Do you know what I found? If you're a vegan, don't get offended. Son, one day you'll be a man. Dad, I'm 32. Yeah, but you're a vegan.
It's all the same. I keep seeing the same cycle of like.
Oh man, I just find it funny. Yeah. I saved this on my bookmark. I want to look into it. This is to do with the structures underneath the pyramids. Whether or not be using AI art to enhance this. Excuse me. Okay. So yeah, I'll look into that. I found out. Hello, are you a UFO? Is that everything? Right, one more thing, because we're getting on now. This Jeremy Corbell footage. We're gonna just go through this. I'm gonna give you my overall opinions on this, guys, and then we'll end the show here because we're coming up to 2.5 hours. I was over 2.5 hours now. So this was released not long ago. This is the footage that Jeremy Corbell released on Weaponized. Let's go take a look at it. Please tell me what you think in chat about this footage. Because yesterday on Hidden Underbelly show, when we had Anders on, sorry, they both liked it. They said, well, at least Jeremy Corbell at least brought something out that's actually good and at least decent. And I'm going to be honest with you. Once again, this is wank footage. I'm sick and tired of it. Like I showed you in the beginning of the episode. Actually, I'm going to show her actually. But guys, what do you think of this? What's your opinion on this grainy crap footage? Yeah, it was that one there. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me put it a bit bigger. Sorry. I'm going to go back again. Do apologize, guys. Sorry. Right. Video 1. Can you see it? No. Of course not. The thing is with this, now they've used AI enhancement, and like I was saying on the yesterday's show, the fact is giving off this illusion, and it's actually warping. But the illusion, like here, where the contrast of the object looks like this reflection of it, you see it warps a little bit. I think it's the AI trying to figure out what this object actually is. I mean, look, I know we're I know we're a UFO channel and an alien channel, but for Christ's sake, I am sick and tired of this footage. What does this prove? I kept my honest opinion to myself yesterday because I don't want to go on a rant, but this, ladies and gentlemen, this is not good footage. You can't see it in the original footage. And you had to use AI to enhance the footage. And you can clearly see it's warping the bloody object. I can't let me fucking say you can then see it. Where is it?
Why do they send this to Jeremy Corbell? And then he had to enhance it himself. What exactly am I supposed to look at here? I'm sorry to sound like a dick. You know, I should look at this going, this is really interesting. No, it's not. This is not interesting footage. Well, it's shaped like a disc. I can show you plenty of footage for the past 80 years that look like this. The same disc-shaped object. I showed you a footage from 1994, from a US base that was in infrared, and it looks 10 times better than this. What is going on here, guys? Why has Jeremy Corbell got a free pass all of a sudden because he released this? Sorry for bitching. I want good footage, not this. This is not good. It doesn't prove to me that this is an alien spacecraft or something advanced military aircraft. I really want to stay positive here, guys, but look, I'm sick and tired of this crap. Great. Okay, it moves in a different direction. Sure, okay, fine. But look, it's warping. It's not the real thing. Because the first video, you can't bloody see it. Do you see what I mean, guys? Look, I'm sorry to sound like a bitch and complainer, but you need to understand my point of view on that. Yeah, they enhanced it. They used AI to actually enhance the object, so you can actually see it. But again, they're using AI to pick out this object. And here's a typical example. Once it zooms in, it morphs, it changes. It's given the illusion. It's like, see the light shining underneath the object here? You know, you can't see that in the original footage. So it's AI literally trying to find out what the is. I believe the AI is basically trying to pick out what this object is actually doing. But it's not getting the contrast and the color scheme right. I mean, no offense, but third phase of moon, but like, well, yeah, you can see it clearly shining off the bottom here. It's like, well, hold on a minute. You know, we are dealing with AI here. I mean, I am not jumping on the bandwagon and saying, well, this is great footage. Well done, Jeremy. Well done. No, it's not. Do you want good footage? I'll show you good footage. Watch this. So sorry for being a Debbie Downer. This is from 1994. This is probably not the greatest quality. There we go. See? I think there's even better footage of this. Hold on. I think I showed this last time. Hard copy. That's a terrible American accent.
Tonight on Hard Copy, startling videotape of a UFO, and it comes from an unexpected source, the U.S. Air Force.
The government has more information than it is generally willing to reveal to the public.
This is no home video. These pictures were taken by a sophisticated military tracking system.
About the U.S. military's knowledge of UFOs.
Right, so let's compare Jeremy Corbell's footage, because he said, remember the intro, he said, I've never seen a military taking a film of a UFO or a disc-shaped object. And I put this on that video to show that, yes, they have, because here it is here.
It might look like a home video, but the numbers burned into the screen are actually high-tech computer-generated coordinates, like something out of Star Trek. That's how radar operators can tell exactly where the object is and how fast it's going.
this is sort of a Nintendo game for adults who are playing serious games.
Oh, is she?
These videos were recorded near Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada, home of the infamous UFO hotspot known as Area 51. This is where top secret...
Oh, green tea. Even I put stuff down and YouTube redact it for someone. I don't know why. It's over a certain word, but no one here is redacting your comments. Trust me on that one. Yeah, YouTube are absolute assholes when it comes to comments. If it's like a certain word, they will like redact it or something like that. It happened with Sheep Hop Pop with a few comments and all that. But yeah, don't take it personally, Green Tea. Just put it on again, and hopefully the algorithms might beat it. But yeah, YouTube are just pain in the bloody ass. You know what it's like with free speech on this platform. It's non-existent.
Military aircraft are designed and tested, and even though the Pentagon denies it, some say it's where the U.S. government secretly investigates UFOs.
They have done.
People need to know that this does exist. Sightings are occurring more and more.
This man, we'll call him Steve, worked on top secret projects at Nellis Air Force Base, and he says UFO sightings are common there.
Basically, Phil is a trust me, bro.
This wasn't the first time I've seen the videos. I've seen other videos that are similar to this. It just lent to the validity of what I already believed. They're here.
The first of two videos obtained exclusively by hard copy shows a tiny dot over the horizon. Radar operators are having a hard time figuring out what it is.
Required this unknown object, aircraft type.
Yeah, it just happened.
Look at the readout in the upper right-hand corner.
Oh, that's
it
cool.
says the
Yeah.
object being tracked is over 10,000 meters away.
It's happened to me before. We were like, why am I comment coming up? And then, yeah, YouTube is just... They just don't like certain individuals. I think it might be a bit racist.
That's about 6.5 miles. Whatever it is, it's solid and large enough to spike the radar return.
This target is fairly stationary until the very end, when it moves extremely rapidly. It must have a fairly large radar cross-section to return the signal back. That's why I believe the object was fairly large.
A second video from Nellis Air Force Base. This time the target moves slowly.
Is a lot better than what Jeremy Corbell has put out. Do you know what I mean? And this is what, 1994?
Slowly above the horizon. Once again, radar operators have no clue what they're looking at.
They're familiar with all types of military targets. This very much surprised them. They're very much trying to figure out what type of targets these are.
We asked Chuck DeCaro, a nationally recognized expert on military technology, to take a look at the tapes.
There are many possibilities there. If you can eliminate all those possibilities, then you come up with some technology that is unknown. And that would be a very big story.
Hard copy had one of the Air Force tapes digitally enhanced. The result? There are no wings or rotor blades visible on this craft. But is it a visitor from outer space? Or could it be a classified military project? A high-tech flying object hatched from Area 51?
The government has more information than it is generally willing to reveal to the public.
Another look at the secret Air Force tape. Notice how the object continues upward and seems to change shape. The object might be a weather balloon buffeted by the wind, or the transformation could be attributed to a reflection. Rich Terrell is an astronomer and an expert in optics.
Under those lighting circumstances, you get reflections, you get different changes in the way an object will appear without it ever changing shape. It's just the lighting that's changing.
But Steve insists that there is more to this video than meets the eye. He says the radar operators who recorded these images know what they saw, they just can't explain what they are.
Based on my experiences, both personal and military, there's no doubt these alien systems exist.
No surprise.
There we go. Look at you in your 90s hair, love. Look at that.
Surprise when we tried to contact authorities for an official response. Both Nellis Air Force Base and the Pentagon declined to comment.
Well, yeah, no shit, love. What do you expect? Yeah, so that is hard copy, which I would love to watch back in the day. Yeah, you can actually find quite a lot of these programs on YouTube. And yeah. So, yeah, that's it, guys. I've got anything else I've got on Twitter? Probably not. No, that's it. So I just want to talk about the Jeremy Corbell footage because everyone was talking about that. It's like, oh, it's actually really, really good. And I'm going, what is this supposed to be good? Like, really? What I just showed you there was 90s footage. It was crap. And it was still even better than what Jeremy Corbell put out. You can actually see the object. Even if it is a weather balloon, it's still something, you know. So yeah, it's a mixed bag of a show today. Mixed bag of a show. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. I think I'm gonna more or less leave it from there. I'm just gonna check my notes just to see anything else. 2 hours and 45 minutes. I think that's long enough. Okay. So yeah, next episode, I am going to show you. We're going to go through someone called Arthur C. Clarke, the science fiction writer. Yes, but he brought out a few shows. No, more than a few shows actually. And one of them is about UFOs. What was it used to be called? I've got it here somewhere. Arthur C. Clarke, Mysterious Worlds of UFOs, classic 80s TV show. And it's only like 25 minutes long. And I thought, you know what? For me just to sit back and talk to you guys, we can just like watch this and see what they got to say back in the 80s compared to what we are now. I mean, a lot of these like UFO documentaries that I watched back in the 70s and 80s, it's interesting to see what they're saying back then to what it is now, and has anything changed. And to be honest with you, nothing's changed. Ufology is still a business, it's still an industry. And yes, you will have grifters. You will have grifters, but you ain't going to get the truth about anything. It doesn't matter if you've got these congressional hearings and these so-called whistleblowers with no evidence whatsoever. You ain't going to get the truth. But nevertheless, I thought it'd be quite interesting to sort of check it out, you know, so to chill back and relax a little bit. So yeah, thank you guys so much. As always, it's much appreciated. Strange or World of Strange Powers. I think that was one of the TV shows he brought out, Arthur C. Clarke. So yeah. So come say goodbyes, everyone. And as I'm going to finish the show right now. And yes, we'll be back next week for another live show, and also be talking about Arthur C. Clarke and some other stuff as well. And hopefully, maybe something big will happen. No, it's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. Yes, I'm going to go through chat one more time. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, thank you, Mark. Yeah, thanks for popping in, man. I do appreciate it. So yeah, Mark G, Corbell's cat. Thank you. Much appreciated, Corbell's cat. Hope you have a good one. DJB2. Hope you have a good one as well. Rebecca, and who else we got? Rotary Matrix, Green Tea. Oh yeah, thanks Green Tea for being here. It's much appreciated. It's nice to see you. She Pop. And John Stokes and Nathan from the Quantum Show. Yes, you're all popping up now. Fantastic. So yes, guys, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Be much appreciated, and spread the word. It just helps the channel out. And I'll see you next week for another live show on Alien Addict. So until next time, always remember, guys, they're watching you, watching us, watching them. See you next week. I'll keep it all updated on Monday with Graham Hancock. Yeah, I'm going to try and get him on the show. I'm sure he owes me a favor. But yeah, time will tell. I've been waiting for ages, but he's been very busy. There's things I could say. Everyone knows he's working on a new book. I know that. But the Netflix thing, I'm going to hold off until I get permission.
on Monday. So yeah, looking forward to seeing Graham and his lovely wife Samantha on Monday. And I'll keep you all posted very soon. Right, have a good weekend, everyone, and I'll see you next week.